Elsewhere, it's going to be near 90 degrees, and when you factor in the humidity, this is a look at the heat index at about 2:30 tomorrow afternoon. It's going to feel like it's in the lower 90s, Boston, all the way up into Portsmouth.
Are you like this guy, struggling year in and year out to get that heavy AC back in the window? In only a couple of hours, Cranny Home Services can easily install a sleek ductless split unit so you never have to go through the struggle again. They're far more efficient than traditional air conditioners, your walls and ceilings won't have to be ripped apart, you'll never have to move it, and it even gives off some heat in the winter. So if you want to learn more about how you can save money and aggravation with the ductless split unit, we'd love to chat with you here at Cranny Home Services. You can give us a call at 1-800-CRANNY or visit our website at crannyhomeservices.com.
At Cranny Home Services, a satisfied customer is a beautiful thing.
Welcome back to Championship Sunday 2019 St. Peter's Fiesta. I'm your host, John Nicastro, also host Corey Kukuru, and special guest. He did a good job yesterday. We're trying to amp it up for him. Phil Francis here with us as a special guest. Corey, what do we have today?
We got a big day. It's Championship Sunday now. So we've got huge men's senior same boat race championship. with the Iron Village defending champ, the Merger 2017 champs, Forza Furia, the 2016 champs. There's been a different winner for each of the last 7 years. That's going to change today. And then, of course, the big story is, can Derek Hopkins pull off the natural hat trick? We haven't seen that in 20 years since Jake Wood for the Greasy pole. Of course, the bigger story right now is the weather. And if we're going to be able to pull this off, we believe everything's going to go on as planned. We're sort of in a little break here between two weather cells. It's a little breezy, but as Phil Francis was telling me just before he went on the air, pretty great conditions for rowing.
Oh, it's perfect conditions for rowing today. It's very similar to what you get when you run a marathon. You don't want it too hot. You don't want it too cold. You don't want the sun beating down on it. The guys work hard all year. They're going to break the sweat as it is, so they don't need the sweat before the race. But this is perfect for rowing conditions.
Absolutely, and as you can see, there's it's pretty much glass conditions right now. That you see a little bit of a ripple, but in the rowing world, this is nothing. So it's pretty much ideal conditions, other than maybe some raindrops hitting you. And like Phil said, and Phil's been on many boats. Obviously, he's rowed for 3 to 4 he was a scuttler for 3 to 4 decades. He has 4 titles, 2 with Chaos. So he knows what it takes to be out there. And in a condition like this, it's not to the rowing world. This doesn't mean much to the audience on the beach. Yeah, you're not going to see the audience, but now we have the St. Peter's Fiesta app. So Streamology, my brother Andrew Nicastro developed this app, and now you'll see people from all over the world watching this app. And today you might not have the audience on the beach, but we'll have a bigger audience maybe at their houses. So the 2019 St. Peter's Fiesta Championship Sunday, the Super Bowl of the Fiesta. And like we said, we have a huge day coming up. Derek Hopkins, Friday champion, Derek Hopkins, Saturday champion, Derek Hopkins, Sunday champion. Hasn't been done since 1999.
It could happen. So far, between Friday and Saturday, Derek Hopkins has walked that pole 4 times. Each time he kissed the flag, twice he got to grab it. It is everyone's expectation today that he is, and the correct order is presumed, the first walker today. So you have your courtesy round, and then the big question, can Derek grab that flag? And if not, he's followed by a bunch of former champions looking to grab another win. So that's how we're going to set the table for you. Now you can see we've got a light rain out there. That's why there's a little light beach traffic right now. Same with the boats. But dead low tide. Low tide was at 3:55 p.m. today, so that's a big drop for the Greasy pole walkers. Another thing that John pointed out throughout the weekend, when you have dead low tide, as the pole walkers make their way out to the platform, you've got the lower rungs exposed on the ladder. Some of those rungs are broken. You've got barnacles all over the place. You can get all scraped up getting up there. It's kind of a pain, but I thought that was a good point you made.
Oh, absolutely. Pulling yourself up on the ladder and just climbing the ladder, that's one of the disadvantages of low tide. But the walkers, that's the last thing on their mind right now. And Derek Hopkins, and his dad actually said, Rich Hopkins, who won it in 1996 and 1997, and people remember the story like it was yesterday. 1996, Rich Hopkins, Derek Hopkins' dad, walked 45 feet to the end of the pole, stood there, wanted to pull the flag off. It was nailed in with a couple good nails, and he when he went down, it slipped right out of his hand.
Gorilla glued.
No doubt about it that year, and they had to turn it back up because it has to come all the way out, and it did not. So they put it back up with a Coast Guard boat, and in the next round, Rich got it back to him. Nobody took it. It went all the way back to Rich, and his dad, Derek Hopkins' dad, Rich Hopkins, took it down in the following round, and he took it down again in 97. So Derek Hopkins' dad said, you know what, my son just won it, and he's going for history. I'm going back out on the pole. And I don't think anyone's stopping the Hopkins family from going out there.
Seriously, the only way they can stop is if they stop each other.
Right.
I mean,
it's so hard. Corey, it's so hard to get on the pole. Yeah. Rich Hopkins I'm going on. And it's okay.
That's it. Go ahead.
I'm going. All right. There you go.
Yeah, we almost brought a private escort out there for him. So yeah, and we also think that Nino Sanfilippo is going to be walking today.
Nino's
for the first time in a long time.
Yep. Nino, a great walker. He's back out there. His son Michael Sanfilippo has taken it a couple times. Michael Sanfilippo is one of the best walkers out there, top 3 or 4. I would say that's my favorite. Up till Derek. I mean, how can it be the favorite out there now? I would love to see Michael take it, but I don't think he's going to get a second chance.
That is the story of the day. With all the drama, now we have a ton of drama just with the same boat race alone. Yesterday's race, the semis basically came down to a toe-to-toe, knock-him-down, drag-him-out fight between the Merger and Forza Furia. So it was awesome. Phil, That was a pretty badass race.
Oh, that was a great race. I got real excited, especially since I rode with a lot of these guys. Now, here's the question everybody has to ask. Despite the fact that the merger won the race yesterday, did they lay down on the way home? Did they show everything they had coming home? I asked a couple of them last night. They gave me a wink. They didn't tell me the truth. They're never going to tell me the truth. Do I think they laid down? I think both crews might have laid down.
Interesting.
And not show what they really have coming home. It happens. You don't want to show everything. You already got Sunday's race clinched. Why go all out? Why kill yourself?
Well, let me add to this one thing. It's because I was at the carnival earlier with Jordan. Jordan standing right here next to me, my son and Ella, my daughter. Hey guys, how are you? No, they don't want to talk. But we were doing the squirt gun game when you can win a prize, and there was a sister of one of the rowers on the merger sitting right next to me. I'm not going to say her name, but he's on the merger boat, and she said that a rower on that crew, I can imagine it was him, they did lay back a little bit. He said that to his sister. The sister let it out, but I'm not going to say her name. He said that he did lay up, so we got a confirmation of that.
So, I mean, it's not as if I was born yesterday. I see things, I kind of know things. I've been there. I've been in the situation, especially with Joe Novello over the years when I was with him. A lot of times when you had it won, don't show him what you have.
Right.
Take it, Saturday? Saturday's nothing. Saturday's a race that doesn't mean, it means absolutely nothing. Maybe a little bit of a psychological advantage against your opponent, but who's to say that the second place crew didn't lay down either?
Right.
No one knows.
Right.
Well, so let me ask you guys this then. Now, the merger in Forza Furia, they had to race all week long. Iron Village is just kind of sitting there waiting for Sunday to happen. I mean, who's got the advantage? Is there any advantage there?
I think the big disadvantage for the championship crew is the fact that you haven't gone against competition all year. And today I think we're going to find out about the myth of the boats, the difference in boats.
Right, yeah.
If the champs were to happen to lose by a little, then I think the myth is dead. But if they lose by a boat and a half, 2 boats, the myth is on. Then it's going to be the truth about what they say about the boats. It's in guys'
But that
minds.
being said,
That's
Phil,
what's
right,
in
so
mind.
last year on Saturday, they lost by 3-4 boats. The merger, for example, beat Forza Furia, who was the 2016 champion, by about 20 boats in 2017. So a boat or 2 boats is nothing. And as a scuttler, literally the start and the turn, you can gain or lose a boat in literally 5 seconds.
I'm not one like some other people out there to use the boat as an excuse. If you lose, you lose. But there's that question mark that's hanging over it. Is there a difference in the boats or isn't there a difference in the boats? And, it's been like that forever either. Even with the old eight-man rower boats, we had that problem. Everybody knew what the bad boat was. And then we had the previous boats of these. In the later years, the Santa Maria was a bad boat. So, I mean, it's there. There's nothing you can do about it. Row the race. No excuses. If you lose, you get off the boat, you shake the man's hand. You're all friends. Enjoy yourself. It's Fiesta. There's no reason for animosity, and there's no reason to lose friends over anything as simple as a race. It's not the end of the world.
That being said, there are friends lost, though.
Yeah, it's a sad state. It is, and I've seen it. And
It's competition.
It's competition, but you know something? We're still friends. You don't lose friendships over this. No one's playing for $5.5 million. You're playing for bragging rights on our own little island that no one in Southeast Asia knows anything about. Okay, I'm sorry. Now, granted, you guys, the app is all over the place, all over the world now, and like that. But it's only important to us here. And it's the same thing with the Greasy Pole. It's important to us here. It's a sporting event. It's an event. Enjoy yourselves. Have fun. Shake hands. Hugs. Love yourself. Go in the club afterwards, and have a great time.
Great point. Now, so for those just tuning in, we've been bringing you live Fiesta coverage all weekend long, but the myth of the boats we're talking about is we have the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. They're the 3 same boats used for the race. The same boats these guys used to fish off of them with floating nets way back in the day, believe it or not. That's what we use for these competitions. Now, the word is, so first of all, the Nina has won 14 of the last 15 big races. So that is in the competitors' minds. And the Santa Maria, it's believed that it's either a problem of the boards not being bolted down, there might be extra weight on it. So I can tell you right now, we have the merger will be on the Nina. Forza Furia will be
on Nina?
With a new name.
Some of them are married.
And the Iron Village, your defending champs, on the Santa Maria. So, do with that what you will.
That being said,
How long did you wait to throw that joke out?
I Googled it today. It came up right away, so it's kind of corny, but I was over with it.
Yeah.
So anyway, the Santa Maria, though, won a championship this year.
The junior women rowers?
Right, so the junior women rowers didn't complain about it. They got in the boat, they won.
Yep. Rowers row.
There's no comparison between the junior women rowers and the men's rowers. I'll go out on a limb and say the junior rowers champion, most of them were 5 and 6 years older than the kids they were rowing against. So it's a little bit different. You can't compare the same two races.
That's right. And honestly, between the merger and Forza Furia yesterday, those guys were flying out there. That was an awesome race.
Legit little engines, 5 horsepower engines. It's like those boats have an engine on it.
For real,
these guys are so strong. And you're talking these guys. So right now you have 30 rowers out there today. You have 3 scuttlers and 3 coxsmen, and all 30 rowers are pretty much on the same level. So if you don't do your thing, like the rowers are going to row. That's what they're going to do. It's the coaches, which is the coxsmen and the scuttlers, keeping a straight path, and then making sure there's no panicking. Making sure most coaches are the coxsmen, like which you have Vito Gigoloni,
yep.
You have Phil Gigoloni today, and you have Mike Jarvis, 3 tremendous coaches. They all want to be in that 36 to 37 strokes per minute range. And if you're up near 40, you're gonna burn out. If you're at 34, 33, 34, it's not enough. So they want to be 36, 37 strokes per minute, and that's on the coaches to make sure that you don't have one guy. There could be out of 10 rowers, you could see a boat on the left making a move going by you. You have to make sure that your rowers are paying attention to the oar in front of them. Don't pull a little harder, because that little pull could be an emergency brake. You have to make sure that your rowers are staying, okay, they're making a move, guys, they're making a move. Let's stay calm, let them make their move. Let them go, let them go. Let them go, guys. Nobody do anything extra, because we're a team. We're 10 oars acting as one. Because sometimes you see a boat move and you can panic subconsciously, and you try to do something extra, that's like a break, Phil, isn't it?
This, as far as the rower in the boat itself, composure is huge. I've seen guys crack. I've seen one rower just crack and try to row his own race and totally destroy a crew, because whatever side he's on, he's going to destroy that. This is a coach's race. A coach, and basically when it comes down to it, coach is really a jockey. He's got a thoroughbred horse. On top of his thoroughbred horse, he's going to know when to give it, when to pull back, and then when he needs all of it. Right now in this race today, we have 3 guys who have all won as rowers. They know what it takes to be a rower. There's a big advantage right there than some coaches who have never rowed before.
Vincent Orlando?
I'm not going to name any names. I have all the respect in the world for Vincent. But
that's not what you said at the club.
Don't even start. Don't even get me into that, okay?
Tell the truth what you think about Vincent not being a rower. Forget about him saying he's the best rower, the best of all time, because he's not a rower. He doesn't know what it feels like.
John DeCastro got his Sunday game.
I'm not going to get him on here today. I just have
Why? Come at the club.
All I'm saying is I have respect for these 3 guys right here, because they've all won championships as rowers. They know what it takes.
Do you respect Vincent Orlando when it comes to being a rower? He's never rowed. Do you respect him as the greatest of all time?
Oh, it's absolutely not the greatest of all time. It's absolutely not the greatest of all time. I said yesterday, the greatest sailboat guy in the history of sailboats is Joe Belbo.
Amen.
He's won as a rower, he's won as a steerer, and I'm sure if he wanted to coach, he could do that. He just doesn't have to, because he's still at the top of his game.
Right, to be a scuttler is you're in maybe the most important position in that boat. You can literally lose a race for your team. You have to keep a straight line to the flag. Like you said, staying high is important. You got to keep a straight path A to B, and if you do not, just on the way out, you could lose a boat for your team.
Oh yeah, as a steerer, there are 2 or 3 things you have to pay attention. You have to pay attention to your tide. You have to pay attention to your wind that's coming at you. You also have to pay attention to the boats coming out of nowhere who are going to cause that 4 or 5 wave, that big wave, and then you have to help your coach out, let them know they're coming. The chop's coming. The chop's coming. You have to let your rowers know, because the chop can make or break you. It happened to me the first time steering these new boats. We got hit by a chop that I didn't know. Turned the boat sideways. It took a while for a lot of the guys that steer these boats to learn these boats compared to the old ones. The old ones were a lot lighter.
What we're going to do right now, Phil, is I'm going to give you the lineup of the 3 boats today. Corey's going to give us his pick of the day. I'm going to give you my pick. We're going to give you the reasons why. And you're going to give your pick. Okay, and we're gonna why this boat is gonna win, why this boat is gonna win, why this boat won't win. So here are your lineups today for 2019 Championship Sunday. We have the merger Forza Furia, which changed their name to Resolute. Okay, Resolute's the new name of Forza Furia. So we're gonna start out with the merger. The merger has Vito Gigoloni. He's the coxman. He's the coach. Joe Balbo, the scuttler. Dylan Morrissey and Chris Gigoloni in the lead seats. Vito Gigoloni and Clayton Morrissey, Nick Gigoloni and Mike Mitchell. Mark Gigoloni and Joe Gigoloni. Lucas McRobb and Seth Morrissey in the merger. Now we have in Resolute the old Forza Furia 2016 champ, the merger 2017 champ. Mike Jarvis is the coxman. Mike Harmon is the scuttler. Peter Mondello and Vincenzo Terranova in the lead seats. Peter Taramina, Matt Pardee. L.J. Robinson, Sam Taramina. John Francis, Brett Cahill. Wayne Morris and J.J. Palazzola. That's your old Forza Furia. The new name is Resolute. And then the champs. 2018 champion. Paul Gigoloni and Phil Gigoloni. That's your coxman and your scuttler. Paul Simon, Jay Hill and Brechtel, your lead oarsman. Ryan Mueller, Gilbert Brown. Chad Mata, Kellen O'Malley. Derek Morris, Ray D'Amico filling in for Dave Nicastro, he had a medical condition, Jerry Shimataro, and Mike Tarantino. So we're going to start with Corey. You have the defending champs in Iron Village, you have the merger, and you have Resolute, the old Forza Furia. 2016 champ, Resolute. 2017 champ, the merger. 2018 champ, Iron Village. Tell us what you think.
I love a good story, and I think Iron Village has been overlooked all weekend long. They're in the Santa Maria. If they were able to pull this off today, over the merger and over Resolute, former Forza Furia, that's a great story. And then you'd have to tip your hats and call them like legit, true champs on the way to something special. Yeah, that's a big, big deal. So I'll go for the story angle. We know who the favorites are, but I'm gonna hold my beer for Iron Village.
There it is. Corey Kukuro, he's picking the Iron Village to go back to back. Now we have Rich Francis. Sorry, I looked at him. Rich, seriously, Rich, if you're listening, I'm really sorry. I'll do 10 Our Fathers and 10 Hail Marys. I'm really sorry.
Can we get John John's umbrella drink away from him?
I had 2 sips of the drink and I'm like freaking rock. So now we have Phil Francis, 4-time champion, scuttler, and we're going to go with what he thought. Well, let's hear it.
All right. You said the champs are in the Santa Maria.
Yeah.
Resolute's in the Pinta?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Merger's in the Nina, right?
Yep.
You want to know why I'm picking merger?
Yep, go with it.
Nina, plain and simple. It's the fastest boat in the fleet. And you got 3 crews that I think are very equal down the middle. It's the boat. I believe in the myth. So we'll see what happens. Plus, I think this week they've been on top of their game. I rode against them Wednesday night. I got to see what they have. They're impressive. They're great rowers. There's some Hall of Fame rowers in that boat, even though they're young still, in their early 30s, late 20s. There's some Hall of Fame rowers in that boat. I'm not going to name names, but they got some great rowers. And they got Mr. Sainboat, Joe Belbo.
Now, does it matter, Phil, at all which pin they're heading towards, or which side of the beach they're on?
I think today's race, the race out to the flags is going to be so close that neither steerer or crew has to worry about their turn coming around, whether or not someone's 1 boat behind them or 2 boats behind them. Then you've got that chance of collision. I think it's going to be a 3-boat race to the pin. I think whoever's in 3rd place will be no further than a half a boat behind.
Wow.
And then it's going to come. It might come down to the steerers. It really might. To me, it's about the boat, and it's about the Nina, and that's my mother's name. So I always go with the Nina on Sunday.
There you go.
Great reason why. All right, so we have Corey Kukuru picking Iron Village to repeat. Phil Francis picking the merger to be a champion again and add to their legacy. And I'm going to go with, and I'm going to tell you why, I'm going to go with the old Forza Furia Resolute. And the reason why is this. It's very hard to repeat a title. Very, very difficult. And we haven't had a crew do it in a long, long time. I think it was since Chaos. In 2010, I believe, was the last time they repeated, 9 and 10. Yeah. So it's very, very difficult to do it. And the crews that have done it are crews that are absolutely animal crews. Iron Village is not an animal crib. And this is the reason why. So, first of all, they lost a big rower. They lost one of their best rowers. They lost what you would consider a lineman in football in the engine room. And when you lose a big lineman and you replace that lineman with someone that's safe, that would be like replacing a lineman with a wide receiver. And a wide receiver in the engine room doesn't do the trick. No disrespect to the person they filled him in with, but he's in a seat that he really isn't fit for. But it was an emergency pickup due to that medical condition with Dave Nicastro. Adding to that, Resolute, the old Forza Furia 2016 champ, looked incredible last year, every day getting better. They lost by about a seat, and they did not have Matt Pardee in the boat, who's one of the better rowers. Phil says he's overrated. I do not think he's overrated. I watched him mouth it. Corey, tell the truth, Corey. He just mouthed it. Tell the Corey. Tell the truth.
The microphone might have been off, I think.
Did he mouth it?
I did not say that.
Matt Pardee's one of the biggest guys in the club. Incredible.
I did not say that.
You mouthed it. I saw you mouth it. I watched you mouth it.
You're going to give me credit.
Yeah, because he mouthed. Corey, tell the truth. Did he mouth it?
I saw something. I saw the mouth move.
Stop that.
Matt Pardee is one of the, in the engine room, that's an engine room guy.
Good rower.
Yeah, but you just mouthed overrated.
I said good. You're praising him like it's Mike Morrissey. I'm sorry. There's one Mike Morrissey.
I know, but Mike Morrissey's not even rowing today.
We're
talking about today.
Mike Morrissey.
I know, Mike Morrissey's a tremendous rower.
I'll tell you what, Mike Morrissey could come back right now and jump in the boat match. Most of these guys right here.
Any Morrissey can do anything. Morrissey's always, but the fact of the matter is, Matt Pardee's an engine room guy. They just added Matt Pardee to his boat and they lost by a seat.
He's a good rower.
So can I get back to my point without you saying that Matt Pardee's overrated? I didn't say anything about your crew.
I never said
Yes, you did.
I did.
But all I'm going to tell you is this. I called Derek Hopkins. Last year I told you the Iron Village would win. I said that. I called it out. This year, your new champion will be Resolute. Resolute will be your champion. That's it. Done.
I'm gonna say right now, Resolute comes in third place.
Off emotions, you're gonna say that.
The kiss of death. You just gave the kiss of death to Resolute.
How did I do that? I guaranteed it last year.
Well, we know why you guaranteed that.
Why?
Well, that's another big thing too. Dave Nicastro is not only a great rower, he's a glue guy.
Chemistry, I said that.
He's a glue
and there's
guy.
cracks in the foundation of Iron Village.
Cracks in the foundation.
I can tell you about facts, but I wouldn't go because I don't want to blow Iron Village up. Iron Village will be blown up next year because there's so many cracks in that foundation.
I think there's cracks in the Forza Furia, Resolute, whatever you want. I know
there's more cracks in Iron Village.
I've been approached by one or two guys in that boat already.
I've had man-to-man conversation with one in Iron Village. There's cracks in their foundation, and that's it. They have no chance of winning today. None. Iron Village has none. Zero.
Are these interviews taking place at like 1 a.m.?
This is a stiff drink that I have. The apple juice. He spiked my apple juice. Corey's unbelievable.
Full of Bud Lights and Bud cans.
Yeah. I saw the pyramid on the table, yeah. So I got to talk to Mike Jarvis last night of Resolute and Forza Furia, and Mike said that the way they were moving this week and racing this week, he said that was an anomaly. He said they buttoned things up yesterday. He thinks they're on the right track. He was kind of quiet, reserved about it. But he's real confident about today.
And
they should be confident. They're a very good crew. There's no reason not to. I think in their head, I know there's definitely in their head is the Santa Maria issue. There's no doubt in my mind. I know one of the rowers on their boat. We've talked about it many a time.
Well, they're in the Pinta today.
Oh, they're in the Pinta?
Yeah. Resolute's in the Pinta.
No, I was talking about
Iron Village.
Iron Village. Resolute. There isn't really much difference between Pinta and Santa Maria.
No?
Yeah, they're both problem childs. But the Nina's the boat. That's why I'm going with Virgin. Nina. I'll tell you what, if the champs were in Nina, I'd go with them too. If Forza Furia was in Nina, I'd go with them too.
Really?
I absolutely would.
so you're basically saying it's the boat.
I think it's three even crews and one's got the better boat. Now, if they win by 5 or 6 boats, then it's definitely not the boat. But if it's bang, 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 everybody's going to be saying, put them up, weigh them, do whatever you got to do, put lead in one, 500-pound difference, blah, 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 blah. And if you weigh them and there is that difference, then something's got to be done about it. You got to level the playing field.
So here we go, 2019 Championship Sunday. Phil Francis picks the merger because of the boat, not the rowers. Corey Kukuru is going with Iron Village just because he wants the ratings, and John Nicastro going with Resolute. Why? Because he gave you logistics behind it. He gave you answers. He gave you reasons
Are you
why.
talking about yourself in the third person?
Is that me?
It's like A-Rod out here.
This is unreal. This drink is just this apple juice. You spiked it.
Throw that away.
Need another sip.
So if you're just tuning in, welcome to Pavilion Beach here in beautiful, historic Gloucester, Massachusetts.
Chad Johnson.
Oh my God, he's an orange today. He's like a giant Cheeto out there.
Who's that?
That's Chad.
Chad.
Assistant Harbor Master
Chad, what's happening? Oh my God!
Wow.
The Great Pumpkin.
Be nice, Phil. You just said Matt Potty's overrated. Now you call it Chad Johnson, the pumpkin.
I said he's a good rower.
You did not. You looked he's overrated.
Oh, I didn't.
Corey confirmed it.
Corey didn't confirm anything because Corey knows that my life is on the line right here. Have you seen how big he is?
Yes, he's always been that big. He's an animal. He's the best rower in the industry.
Oh, please.
You guys talk a little more.
All right. So, we're here, Championship Sunday 2019, St. Peter's Fiesta. We're here with the St. Peter's Fiesta app developed by Andrew Nicastro and Streamography. Our sponsors are Craney Home Services, Gloucester House Restaurant, Blue Collar Lobster. What a night that was last night at Gloucester House and Blue Collar. And you also have the St. Peter's Fiesta Committee. I'm your host, John Nicastro, Corey Cuckoo, special guest, Phil Francis. We're going to be going out with a little break here, going to catch some commercials, and we will be right back at you.
And as far as we know, the races and the poll are on.
Bona Fiesta will be right back. Viva.
At Cranny Home Services, a satisfied customer is a beautiful thing.
Elsewhere, it's going to be near 90 degrees, and when you factor in the humidity, this is a look at the heat index at about 2:30 tomorrow afternoon. It's going to feel like it's in the lower 90s, Boston, all the way up into Portsmouth.
Are you like this guy, struggling year in and year out to get that heavy AC back in the window? In only a couple of hours, Cranny Home Services can easily install a sleek ductless split unit so you never have to go through the struggle again. They're far more efficient than traditional air conditioners. Your walls and ceilings won't have to be ripped apart. You'll never have to move it, and it even gives off some heat in the winter. So if you want to learn more about how you can save money and aggravation with the ductless split unit, we'd love to chat with you here at Cranny Home Services. You can give us a call at 1-800-CRANNY or visit our website at crannyhomeservices.com.
Welcome back, 2019 St. Peter's Fiesta Championship Sunday. I'm your host, John Nicastro and Corey Cuckoo, with special guest Phil Francis. Well, the boats are about to come around the corner, and here comes one now coming around the corner, Championship Sunday. We're going to kick it off with the same boat races. We're going to give you the members of the crews for Championship Sunday. It's going to be an incredible three-boat race. The Super Bowl of the Fiesta right here, Championship Sunday. And the sun isn't out, but to us, this is a beautiful day. Why? Because it's Championship Sunday in Gloucester, Fiesta Sunday.
You can see the crowd starting to form on the beach, a little more boat traffic out there. The weather spooked us for a little bit. We've had thunderstorms off and on all day. Had a beautiful laser show of lightning about an hour ago, but the skies are broken. It looks like we're going to pull this off. Low tide right now. Dead calm wind. It might kick up to 10 or 15 miles per hour or so out of the north if another system comes through. But we were worried we were going to pull this off. It looks like we are, and we're thankful and grateful for that. And thankful for you guys for tuning in today, whether you're on the St. Peter's Fiesta app or watching in and around the world, tuning in to see all this Greasy Pole and Same Boat coverage.
No doubt. It's incredible, Corey, that we've had nearly 30 to 40,000 viewers in the last couple of days in Championship Sunday. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets up to the 50 to 60,000 range. Just absolutely amazing. My brother Andrew Nicastro developing the St. Peter's Fiesta app, Streamography. He hates when I do that. I do it on purpose to him. But let's go. Here comes one of the crews coming in front of us now.
Here's the Pinto.
The old Forza Furia Resolute. John Nicastro's pick to be a 2019 champion. So we'll start with them. Mike Jarvis, the coxman. You see him standing up in his gray sweatshirt. That's your coxman, Mike Jarvis, the coach, one of the best coaches in the industry, maybe one of the best coaches of all time. And standing at the top of the helm is Mike Harmon, the scuttler. Mike Harmon is building a big resume for himself as a scuttler as he's becoming maybe the best scuttler right now. If he wins it today, he could be taking the ranks as the number one scuttler in this decade. So Mike Harmon of Resolute, Mike Jarvis, the coxman, Peter Mondello and Vincenzo Terranova, the lead oarsmen, Peter Taramina, Matt Pardee, L.J. Robinson and Sam Taramina, John Francis, Brett Cahill, Wayne Morris, J.J. Pelazzola. That's your Resolute, the old Forza Furia 2016 champion. And we're waiting for the other boats to come around. You can see one coming out wide, maybe trying to play some mind games. We're not sure who that boat is. And from a distance, it looks like it could be the champs in Iron Village. So we're going to go with them next. Your 2018 champions, Iron Village. You have Paul Gigaloni and Phil Gigaloni as scuttler and coxman. Paul Simon and Jay Hillenbrecht. Ryan Mueller, Gilbert Brown, Chad Motta, Kellen O'Malley, Derek Morris, Ray D'Amico, Jerry Shimataro, and Mike Tarantino. That's your defending champions coming in, minus Dave Nicastro, a big engine room guy that went down because of a medical condition, and he won't be rowing. So our prayers are with Dave Nicastro, my little brother. Ray D'Amico taking over, a very safe, good pickup, safe pickup, but it's not going to be enough. We're waiting for the merger to come around the corner. The merger, when they do, they will be in the Nina, and there they are, coming around, taking the same path as Iron Village. The merger, they came together, the Gigaloni family and the Morrissey family, 2 years ago in 2017, came together and united. Vito Gigaloni, the coxman, the scuttler, Joe Belbo, maybe the greatest scuttler of all time. What a tandem you have with Vito Gigaloni and Joe Belbo. There's no doubt about it. This coach and this coxman crew have the most titles by far of any coach and coxman, scuttler and coxman. Dylan Morrissey, Chris Gigaloni, Vito Gigaloni, Clayton Morrissey, Nick Gigaloni, Mike Mitchell, Mark Gigaloni, Joe Gigaloni, Lucas McRobb, Seth Morrissey. A boat full of Morrisseys, a boat full of Gigalonis. You might add in Mike Mitchell, which might be the best engine room guy in the industry, and you have what could be a 2019 champion, the merger, no doubt about it. If I had a second pick, which I won't do, the merger is no doubt a crew to be reckoning with. No doubt about it.
Second, but there's 3 boats. If you had a second pick,
If I had the merge is a great boat, but
You narrowed it down, John.
on Wednesday I took Resolute on Wednesday.
You did.
Forza Furia. I said that they would win it. I'm not going against my pick because I believe in that crew. Add Matt Patti, even though Phil said that Matt Patti's overrated.
There we
Matt
go.
Patti is
Never
definitely
saw
not
that.
overrated.
Matt, I never said that, Matt.
Yes, you did.
I never said that.
You lipped it.
Never said it.
You lipped it. I'm not going to let you say that about my buddy Matt Patti. It's not happening, Phil. Just like you said that Vincent Orlando would have no titles if it wasn't for Morrissey.
So listen, we should say too, we got a lot of people from a lot of places around the U.S. and the world who might not know exactly how this plays out. So you can explain, Phil, the course, the distance, the number of rowers, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay, your course is a half mile out, approximately, half a mile in approximately. You're going to line up left to right. I don't know what they are today, but you're going to line left to right, each crew. They're going to line up. The middle boat, nowadays, we don't use a judge off the beach. The middle boat usually starts the race. The middle boat's going to look to his right. He's going to look to his left. He's supposed to raise his hands. Whoever's starting the race never raises his hands. He has his boys ready to go. I don't get, there's a lot of, shall we say, win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat. And that's the way it is.
Yep.
So, and then from there we have our starts. Your start is usually between a 3 to 5 stroke, a slap stroke. It's not a hard stroke. It's a slap stroke to get the boat moving, prevents broken oars. And then you just lengthen out, and then you get into your stroke, row your race, get out to the flag. First man around the flag usually is going to win the race.
There you go. So 1 mile in total as they make their way back to Pavilion Beach. So we'll be we're just glad to share you all the sights and sounds of this 92nd annual St. Peter's Fiesta. This is the 88th annual Greasy Pole competition, and I believe the same boat started in 1959 or so. And some of the times, if you notice that the weather is definitely a factor today, some of the events have been canceled in years past because of either weather or low tide. It's dead low tide right now, but hey, we're going to pull this off anyway, and we want to thank St. Peter's Fiesta Committee, everyone here, especially in Gloucester, watching us on the St. Peter's Fiesta app or in the local bars and restaurants or their homes. You guys have been with us all weekend long. We truly appreciate it, and I can't wait to do this again with John sometime down the road.
No doubt, Corey. It's been great. Right in front of us is the Merger 2017 champion. You'll see standing up with the black shirt is the coach, Vito Gigoloni. He was a rower, now a coxman, has many titles. And you can see standing above him is Joe Belbo, maybe the greatest scuttler of all time, maybe one of the greats of all time. No doubt he's in discussion, and just an incredible crew behind him. And there in the Nina, you can see coming across on the other side is the Pinta. Mike Jarvis standing up. Standing above him is Mike Harmon, another tremendous coach scuttling crew. We're going to have a great race today. So out in the distance is your defending champions, Iron Village. So we have your 2016 champion, Forza Furia, new name Resolute. Your 2017 champion, the Merger. Your 2018 champion, Iron Village. The last 3 years, guys, this has been your 3 crews right here.
Yeah.
It's another
Amazing.
great statistic to add. These 3 crews have been it. Can you believe there has not been a chaos in 3 years on Sunday?
Yeah, I can believe that because I think
They're overrated too?
They're not overrated. One of the great crews of all time. But I think sometimes you have to replace rowers that don't have the capability of the rowers that they're replacing.
Like who?
I'm not gonna name names. They've lost some rowers in the past years. And they had to
Who would you
replace
get rid
them.
of now? Like who's someone?
There's no one in that crew I would get rid of. I think they're all good rowers.
You said they have to replace rowers.
No, I'm saying in the past they've replaced some rowers who have left to go to other crews with a rower that's not on par with that rower. But sometimes,
Like who?
Sometimes you. I'm not naming names.
Come
John,
on,
John's
I'm just trying.
like crazy.
I want to know how
Trying.
chaos. Joe
Okay.
Novell is one of the greats of all time,
Absolutely.
and one of his codes that he has is he will never kick off a row.
That's
You got to
right.
respect that.
That's right, and they
He
never
does
have,
when
and
they
they
want to
never
go,
have.
they'll bow out.
And they never have.
And Joe Novell is the best. That's why he's one of the greats. He was with Desire, a 4-time champion, 1983, 1984, 1985, 1986. He's been with Chaos, 6-time champion. He has 10 champions with just those 2 crews. He probably has another 4 or 5 with other crews. Joe Novello is, in my eyes, the greatest of all time when it comes to just championships, being a leader, keeping the chemistry, keeping the glue together. But why is Chaos, they can't get to Sunday, and it's because you're saying they just, is that the
No,
reasoning?
Sometimes age catches up to you. They have guys in that boat that the core group, the core rowers of that crew that have been together age catches up to you. It's not really a middle-aged man's game. Sometimes you don't replace the rowers that you have lost with rowers that have the same talent. But one thing about Chaos, do or die, they're never going to get rid of anybody, and they're never going to point the fingers at anybody. That's, I think, over the years is what separated them from a lot of the crews. Too much finger pointing. A lot of crews that have lost, they didn't lose because of 12. They'll say, well, we lost because of that one. That's a problem.
So let me ask something here to be educated. John, can you guys explain to me why Forza Fury is doing the name change?
So when you lose, when you're a champion, so Forza Furia won it in 2016. When you're a champion, the code, the unwritten code is you're supposed to change your name. And that's one of the gripes people have with Chaos is that they won it, and then when they lost, they never changed their name. So even though they have six titles, and this is from, again, Vincent, so what does it matter? I don't know. But it is of other guys that have said it off the record, is that, okay, if we always kept the same name, but with a similar group of guys, there might be 10, 11 championships with some of these guys, but they've gone by that unwritten rule. Phil, what do you say to that?
My personal opinion is the name's been around for 20 years, and I was part of the original Chaos crew, and I've always followed them, always been friends, always been... Anybody who's ever rode for that crew is part of that Chaos family. I'm of the thing maybe it's time to...
They have koozies.
Maybe they have everything. They have the Chaos Christmas party, the Chaos jog, the Chaos run, the Chaos. I think it's great, myself personally, because you know what? They have a lot of fun with it.
They do.
Their Stair Timmy Oaks has a lot of fun with it. When they did the commercial, I thought that was hilarious. Sometimes you can't take yourself too serious. And like I said, they'll never throw anybody off. They'll never dump anybody. So that's what separates them from a lot of crews. They have loyalty. And today, in today's world of sports, loyalty is far and few between. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with loyalty.
So how did we
Agreed.
get to this point? So Wednesday we were here for the eliminations, where the merger faced off against Forza Furia and Danger Zone. The merger and Forza Furia moved on. Chaos also took on Dirty Oars, and Chaos came away with that victory. So then on Saturday, we were here for the merger and Forza Furia against Chaos. It was literally neck to neck between the merger and Forza Furia, especially down the stretch, in an amazing race. So they both advanced to today's final, where now we have Resolute, which is the former Forza Furia, the merger, and the defending champs, Iron Village. And as John was just saying moments ago, Iron Village won last year, the merger won in 2017, Forza Furia 2016. These guys know each other really well. All the chips are on the table now, and we're going to find out who reigns supreme for 2019. A quick note, too, about the boats. We've been talking about the Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria. These boats were actually made in 2006, so now 13 years now here. The Nina has won 14 of the last 15 big races, and that's been playing a big part. Maybe a psychological edge or disadvantage depending on which crew you're for. And other special note, in the last 7 years of the Same Boat Race Championships, we've had 7 different crews winning it.
Yep. And we're just about to have the national anthem. As you can see, the 30 rowers, 3 coxsmen and 3 scuttlers standing, getting ready for the national anthem. So we're going to be standing by for the national anthem.
Well, we have to get this girl's name. She's been killing it all weekend long.
Oh, absolutely crushing it. There we go. Oops, there goes my pencil. Okay, here we go. Championship Sunday 2019, St. Peter's Fiesta. Corey, we're about to get off here, and we have the Sunday same boat races. Championship Sunday. We have on the left, we have the merger. In the middle, the Iron Village. And to the right, Resolute, the old Forza Furia. So to the left, we have the merger. In the Nina, 2017 champion, a boat full of Morrisseys, Gigalonis, a Belbo, Mitchell, and a McRob. And you could have a 2019 champion. In the middle, you have your 2018 champion in the Iron Village. And to the right, you have Forza Furia. The new name is Resolute, your 2016 champ. So you have 2017 champ to the far left. In the middle, your 2018 champ. To the right, you have Resolute, the 2016 champ. Get ready to go, Phil. Championship Sunday, the goosebumps are kicking out. I can look at you. I can see you getting on edge here. You love it. You want to jump in the boat right now.
It's my favorite day of the year. I mean, I was born in the Berger family, and from day one, the first year I was born in 1960, I had 3 uncles in the championship race, one in each boat. My grandmother didn't know who to cheer for. She had to stay at home. She didn't have any favorites. And I got involved in it right around 1966, 67 as a mascot. Joe Balbo, I mascotted a crew of his back in the early 70s. Wow. So I love the sport. And I was out of it for 5 years. Worked on some shoulder issues. I'm back in, and it's great. It's great to be back doing it.
It is unbelievable, Phil. You know what it's like to be out there. A great scuttler. I might be ragging on him a little bit because he called Matt Pardee overrated, but he's a great scuttler. He won 2 with Chaos, won another 2 throughout the years. He has 4 titles. But today, it's about the guys today, modern day guys now going. To the left, you have the merger in the Nina, 2017 champ. In the middle, you have the Iron Village in the Santa Maria, 2018 champ. And to the right, you have Resolute. In the Penta, your 2016 champ. All 3 boats, these 3 boats, Merger, Iron Village, and Resolute, have been in the Championship Sunday the last 3 years. You've had a different winner in the last 3 years. This is going to be the upper hand. Who's going to take the second title? Iron Village going for a back-to-back titles for 2018 and 19. There hasn't been back-to-back titles in nearly a decade, and Iron Village is going for it. The Merge is trying to put a stop to it. Resolute's trying to put a stop to it. And we're going to see in about 10 minutes who your new 2019 champ is going to be.
Bragging rights are on the line. History and folklore is on the line. This is the 92nd annual St. Peter's Fiesta, which began in 1927. The Greasy Pole competition is 88th year. That started in 1931. And this is now the 60th year of Same Boat competition. It started in 1959. The last 7 years, we've had 7 different crews win it. These 3 crews you're looking at today are the last 3 winners. Everything is on the line. We're psyched. This has been a great week of sporting events here in Gloucester, Mass., and we can't wait to get this one underway.
Yep, the guys, they're going to be lining up soon. They're going to go a half a mile out, turn the flag, half a mile back. We have pretty much glass conditions. You have a slight wind, nothing that's going to cause any issues with these scuttlers and these rowers and these coxmen. So you're going to go a half a mile out, turn the flag, half a mile back, and in about 10 minutes you're going to have a 2019 champ. These guys work year round for this. 10 rowers acting as one scuttler, 1 coxman. They have to have 10 oars going in the water to be acting as 1 oar. If you have 10 oars and 2 guys are out of sync, you have 8 oars and 2 oars going against it. It's like pulling an emergency brake up on a car, kids. You have to be 10 oars acting as 1.
You know what's going to be great about this is the start of this race, because I'm going to take a little wrestling analogy. All 3 coaches, 3 of the dirtiest players in the game. Whoa. They are not going to give it. I don't care what anyone says. Vito, great guy. Jigga, great guy. Jarvis, great guy. All dirty players. And if you want to play it straight, don't be in the game. And if you have a weak stomach, don't get in the same boat.
And I am going to add to that, these 3 coaches are coxmen. They're definitely not dirty, Phil. These 3, they know how to get an edge. They know how to get an edge, Phil, and that doesn't make them dirty. They're not. You're given analogies. Jimmy the Superfly Schnucker was not dirty. Macho Man was dirty.
But the Nature Boy, the greatest of all time, is the dirtiest player in the game.
Well, listen. All I know is Vito Gigoloni is not dirty. I know that. Well, Paul could be.
You can tell me Vito's not?
No, he's not.
You want me to go back to a
He's
story
not.
about
Mike
when-
Jarvis
you want me to
isn't
go
either.
back to a
Paul, I don't
story
know about.
when he hid 10 oars underneath the wharf, came around the corner with all brand new oars, raced against us, and we still beat him by 30 boats? All right.
John.
30 boats.
He's one of the dirtiest players in the game. I don't even think his crew was
30
ever on the
boats.
beach.
Oh my God, 30 boats.
So before we get going here, guys, Phil, can we talk a little bit about the gamesmanship, the posturing, the feathering going on around as the guys get ready to line up?
I will guarantee you one thing. Whoever's watching this, look at the crew on the right, on the screen. Watch the crew on the right. Mike Jarvis' coach will try not to start this race until he knows that he has at least a quarter boat lead, or he has the heaviest momentum going toward the front.
We've been watching that actually all week long. He likes to have his arms in the air and pull back. He likes playing mind games with the other crews.
Here we go. To the right, you have Resolute, the old Forza Furia, 2016 champ in the Penta to the right. In the middle, you have Paul Gigaloni and Phil Gigaloni, the Iron Village, 2018 champion in the middle in the Santa Maria. And to the left, you have the Merger. In the Nina, to the left, the Nina, the Merger, 2017 champ, a boatload of Mercies, a boatload of Gigalonis. They're 2017 champs. Sunday championship 2 years ago, they legit won by about 25 to 30 boats. Over Iron Village, over Forza Furia. They destroyed the field. Last year, I'm going to say that Vito might have had one of his big hiccups in his coaching career, and he burnt out his crew. And unfortunately, they didn't have the stamina on the way in, and that can happen. But Vito Gigaloni is a legend. He is going to regroup. He is going to be back in the mix. But my pick, Resolute, I feel, is going to steal the show on Championship Sunday. They're about to go. They're lined up, and the hands go up to the left of what do we have? To the left, you have
the Merger.
Vito Gigaloni, hands are up. In the middle, you have Paul Gigaloni looking. To the right, Mike Jarvis, his hands are on his knees. It's a tell that he's ready to go. Paul Gigaloni, they're feathering in the back. Feathering is like Fred Flintstone, getting ready to go, running his feet, getting ready for the car to go. Mike Jarvis, Paul Gigaloni, the hands are up to the left. Vito Gigaloni, hands are up of the Merger. In the middle, you got Paul Gigaloni looking. To the right, you got Mike Jarvis, hands on his knees. Paul Gigaloni looking left, looking right, hands up. Mike Jarvis to the right. Mike Jarvis is the final one up. Vito Gigaloni, hands up. Paul Gigaloni, hands up. They're feathering hard. Mike Jarvis is looking to the right. The start is crucial. There they go. They're going to go off. Here they go. They're off. There goes the Resolute to the right. Merger to the left. The champs in the middle. Iron Village 2018 champ in the middle. To the left is your 2017 champ, the Merger. And to the right is your 2016 champ, Resolute.
What do you think about the start, Phil?
I think it was a very good start. I think a little bit at the beginning, the champs in the middle, they got bucked a little bit. I don't think it really slowed them that much, but their boat got bucked. On the left-hand side, the Merger, a nice flat stroke going right now, and on the right, now everybody's falling in. We're not going to know much probably until they're halfway about how this race is going to go.
I gotta tell you guys, I'm shocked that Jarvis was okay with that start.
You saw it, he did it again. He went to his knees, looking at his knees, and you knew he was going to go. And you'll see the feathering starts to pick up more. The guys feather. One more stroke and we're going to go. Here we go. And that's what he does. Mike Jarvis, a great start. I agree with Phil. To the left, it looked like Merger, and to the right, Resolute had the better of the starts, and Iron Village had a good start, just not a great start.
Yeah, they got bucked a little bit in the race.
The Penta has a slight edge to the right.
Forward or slightly after the three singles, it's a distorted perspective. Right now, he's reporting the picture. It does look like the picture. A little far up, a little blue flag. That's Resolute.
Resolute to the right with an early lead. So you have to the left, the Merger, 2017 champ. In the middle, you have Iron Village, 2018 champ. And to the right, you have Resolute, the old Forza Furia, 2016 champ. You have a dead heat right now. So you have to the right, Resolute, with a dead heat.
Iron Village is about a half goal back.
Hey, Brownie.
I think a lot of the problem you have too also, people when they get to report from the judge, a lot of times their angle is off, so you can't get a real good angle. I've seen some video shots with a boat, and a lot of times they'll say a boat lead, a boat and a half, and it's really a quarter, or even more. It depends on what angle they're watching the race from.
And I remember you saying just the other day, you like to think about the turn about 50 yards out or so.
Yeah, I start getting ready. I don't know. I'm pretty sure the other guys do. You about 50 yards from the flag, you want to get some boat speed picked up. You want to start a little three-quarter of angle. You don't want to be completely straight.
From here, it looks like to the left, the merger from here. It looks like they have a lead from here. Tough to tell, but it does look like the merger to the left has a lead. We're going to be getting an update.
And right now, I think they have the best cross to the flag, too.
So let me give you a quick update, people. We have to the left, the merger, 2017 champion, Vito Gigoloni, Joe Balbo, Dylan Morrissey, Chris Gigoloni, Vito Gigoloni, Clayton Morrissey, Nick Gigoloni, Mike Mitchell, Mark Gigoloni, Joe Gigoloni, Lucas McRobb, Seth Morrissey. In the Nina, to the left, the merger, 2017 champion. In the middle, you have the defending champions in the Iron Village, 2018 champion, Paul Gigoloni, Phil Gigoloni. The Nina making a move. We just said it. Looked like the merger might have a slight lead. And in the middle, you have the defending champions. And to the right, you have Resolute. Dead Heat, merger up by a little. Let's give you the lineup of Resolute to the right. Resolute 2016 champion, the old Forza Furia, Mike Jarvis, Mike Harmon, Peter Mondello, Vincenzo Terranova, Pete Taramina, Matt Party, L.J. Robinson, Sam Taramina, John Francis, Brett Cahill, Wayne Morris, J.J. Pelizzola, and in the champs, 2018 champion, Paul Gigoloni, Phil Gigoloni.
Merger's making their move to the flag right now. Watch the boat start turning a little bit.
We were talking half a mile out now, guys.
The merger, if they actually have a boat lead, they get to that flag first, and this race is over.
They had a boat lead going into the flag last year.
Different crew.
No, same crew.
Different boat.
I'll agree with the boat, but the same crew. And there they go. The merger's going into the turn. And there goes Resolute going into the turn, and there goes Iron Village into the turn. Joe Balbo.
This turn is huge right now.
Last year, Joe Balbo and Vito had a tough turn, one of the toughest turns ever, and here he comes. He's coming out of the turn.
Straightening out. He's got a boat and a half lead for him right now.
Wow, merger just crushed the turn, and once again, Iron Village having trouble with their turn. This happened in years past. The merger crushed the turn. Mike Harmon crushed his turn. Iron Village had a little bit of trouble. They came out third out of the turn. The merger with about a boat lead, I would say, Phil.
At least a boat lead, and they had, without a doubt, the best turn out of all three boats. Without a doubt, easily the best turn. Joe Balbo, you know something? He's money. He's money. Simple as that. You know what you're going to get out of Joe Balbo.
Last year, Joe Balbo and Vito had a tough turn. They went by the pin a little bit too much. They had a tough turn, and it cost them the race. This year, they crushed it.
With the money on the line, there's only one other guy I'd rather have besides Joe Balbo.
Mike Harmon.
No, me.
Definitely not you.
Definitely me.
You rode 35 years. You have 3 titles and a half.
That's because I was walking the Greasy pole having fun.
That's not true.
Now look, this time yesterday, this is where Forza Furia now Resolute made their big move to scratch their way back in it.
Yeah, you know something? They might not be out of it right now, but the hardest thing in the world to do is catch a straight boat, especially if they have a boat lead on you. Because Vito controls the race right now. If they have a boat lead, Vito controls the race. He's going to take it easy. If he sees them moving up, boom, we're going to open it up a little.
So here we go, and I love what you're saying, Phil, because last year Vito the coach, I think he had a little bit of trouble. So they made their adjustments Wednesday, they made their adjustments Saturday, they made their adjustments in the offseason. Vito Gigoloni, great point by Phil Francis, that he's not going to have any hiccups here. The merger has about a boat and a half lead. To the left, the merger has about a boat and a half lead. 2017 champion in the Nina, Vito Gigoloni and Joe Balbo. To the right, you in the Pinta, Resolute, your 2016 champion, old Forza Furia. The merger still with a boat and a half. They're staying steady. In the middle, you can see that Iron Village is falling way behind. To the left, you have your 2017 champ merger. To the right, you have your 2016 champion Forza Furia, now Resolute. It's going to come down to a 2-boat race, if that.
Merger starting to open it up.
Can Resolute take? You can see Iron Village is falling way behind. And I gave you my prediction why. They lost the lineman and Dave Nicastro. They filled it with a wide receiver. There's all kinds of chemistry issues on that boat that's hidden, and there's
the boat.
They're way behind.
The boat
has nothing to do with the boat.
In last place, the boat.
And they don't have the experience, Phil. Experience is huge. They don't.
Experience.
They don't.
they're experienced enough. They got 4 or 5 years in it. Once you get to 4 or 5
They
years,
have 3.
They
have 3.
Together as a crew, but Gilbert Brown was a champ with the Gigoloni.
Gilbert Brown's one of the he's there now.
Gilbert
Best
Brown,
pickup.
great rower.
Great rower.
Great
Well, listen,
rower.
we're nearing the 3/4 mark here. Can we see Resolute make a comeback?
They're gonna try to make their comeback, but every time they try to make their comeback, Vito's gonna ask his guys for 4 or 5. And right now, he's opening up. Now he's
Here comes Resolute right now in the Pinta to the right. Mike Jarvis and Mike Harmon making a move. To the left is the merger. You have to the left, you have merger. To the left is the merger in the Nina.
That's why they're gonna have
to
enough
the
beach.
right is Resolute in the
They
Pinta.
have enough water.
Here we come.
And he's got the short side of the beach too.
Resolute to the right in the Pinta. To the left is merger in the Nina. You have your 2017 champion, the merger. To the right is your 2016 champion,
John, this
Forza
is tighter than
Furia.
you think, John,
This is
John.
coming in tight right now.
Yeah,
in
Resolute's coming
Forza
again.
Furia, now Resolute. Do they have what it takes? Mike Jarvis and Mike Harmon. The Greasy Pole Shuffle is coming to an edge. Here they come, the merger, 2017 champion. I told you that. I told you that Iron Village would lose by 2+ boats. They are done. Iron Village is done. To the left, you have the merger. To the right, you have Mike Jarvis and Resolute. Here they come. To the left, you have the merger. To the right, you have Resolute. The Penta is coming on strong with Resolute.
They're coming hard.
To the left, you have merger. To the right is Resolute. You have the Greasy Pole Shuffle. Resolute is coming on strong to the right. In the Nina, you have Resolute. Resolute is coming on strong. To the left, you have the merger.
I need a judge on the beach.
Here they come. The champs are out of it. The champs are done again. You're not having a back-to-back champion. To the left, you have the merger. To the right, you have Resolute. Merger to the left. It looks like it's going to be the merger in the Nina. To the right, you have Resolute. It looks like it's going to be the merger by about a half a boat. The merger, your 2019 champions. The merger. To the right, you have Resolute. Iron Village loses by 3 to 4 boat minimum. To the left, you have the merger. 2019 champion, the merger. Joe Balbo, Vito Gigoloni, Dylan Morrissey, Chris Gigoloni, Vito Gigoloni, Clayton Morrissey, Nick Gigoloni, Mike Mitchell, Mark Gigoloni, Joe Gigoloni, Lucas McRobb, Seth Morrissey, your 2019 champions, the merger. 2017 champion, the merger. Unfortunately, Resolute lost by about a half a boat. Half a boat. Joe Balbo's turn might have stole the show.
I think it was more of a boat, but you know something? You got to get tip your hats to Resolute. They didn't lay down. They kept coming. They kept coming. Great race was what everybody expected. Everybody expected this is going to be a bang-bang race. And you know something? The turn, we had the turn.
That's what won it. That the turn won the race.
Absolutely. There's no doubt in my mind.
Forza Furia, Resolute had a strong start. The merger was steady the entire way, but the merger's turn was crucial, and then they got hung on just like yesterday.
Like we were saying, like there's 30 rowers, 20 today that were very similar. It came down to the start. It came down to the turn. You called it, Phil. I'm going to shake my hand. Good job. Joel Balbo won the race at the turn.
Joe Balbo's Mr. Same Boat. I'm sorry, that's it.
He won the race.
He's got more championships than anybody.
Last year, that they lost it at the turn.
Well, I don't think they had anything to him.
Well, I'm not saying, but they lost it at the turn. And it's not always on. It's almost like a field goal kick. When you miss the field goal, it's on you.
Yeah. Well, right now, Joe Balbo, he's got that American flag in his hand.
He has the American flag. Joe Balbo, 2019 champion, the merger.
It's the same boat.
There he is, Joe Balbo, your 2019 champion, holding the American flag high in the air, proud as can be. A tremendous race by the merger. Vito Gigoloni, Joe Balbo, Dylan Morrissey, Chris Gigoloni, Vito Gigoloni, Clayton Morrissey, Nick Gigoloni, Mike Mitchell, Mark Gigoloni, Joe Gigoloni, Lucas McRobb, and Seth Morrissey, a 2019 champion, the merger. Good call.
Before I leave, I want to thank Corey. I want to thank John for giving me the opportunity. Add a little bit of color to it because, John, you know you can be boring sometimes. So I'm trying to, and
You don't like my earrings, do you?
No, I love your earrings. I love your earrings. Always style.
I got a mohawk in earrings. How can I have no flavor and color?
Because you're still boring. You got to bring a little color.
I did. Tell the truth right now. Did you let that Matt Patty's overrated? Tell the truth.
No, there's
Tell the truth.
Cameras everywhere, Phil. Cameras everywhere.
You do. There's no video. I'm doing for you what Tony Romo did for Jim Nance. Okay.
Compare yourself to Tony Romo.
Oh, I did Tony Romo, same old. There's no doubt about it. The phones are ringing off the hook.
I don't hear one phone ringing. Not one.
It's been a pleasure having you here, Phil. I mean, expertise up and down. You were great to hang out with you the last couple of days and talk same boat.
It's been great. It's a lot of fun. Now, my daughter's watching, and Dan is on TV. Juliana, your father says he loves you. I'll talk to you soon, all right? Bye.
2019 champion, the merger. Thank you, Phil Francis. 4-time champion, great scuttler. We'll say 3.5 because it was a controversial title back in the day. 3 good crews going at it. Unfortunately, there's only one winner. 3 great crews, but today, 2019, the merger stole the show. They're the champions again. 2017, 2019, the merger. Your 2019 Sunday champions.
I'm going to be in Sunday's race next year, so I probably won't be able to do this.
Oh, you're rolling juniors next year?
Watch out for Danger Zone.
You're scuttling juniors?
I got my boys Danger Zone.
Oh, okay.
And so it goes with us. Thanks, Phil. We appreciate your time.
Thank you, Phil. Good
so
job.
So John, we've seen now, almost a week's worth of same boat racing, and look, the merger all week long. They had something different. They could shift to another gear. Forza Fury impressed us here and there. They had a rough, rocky start earlier in the week, then really turned around yesterday. But of all the crews we saw, the merger was the tightest.
And Corey, look what we have right there.
Oh,
we got our traditional Greasy Pole Walkers 2019 Sunday Greasy Pole Championship Sunday. Here they come. The champions of the present and the past. If there's only champions up there, and if you're not a champion up there, you're walking as a protege in someone's honor as a champion. So you're a champion as well because you're running, you're walking, and they're gonna do their loop right across the harbor, across Pavilion Beach. The tradition, the Greasy Pole Walkers on Championship Sunday. This is why they want to get there, Corey, because the champions are coming across. Greasy Pole Walkers, and it's all going to come down to, can Derek do it again?
Friday's
and his
nice.
dad's up there with him.
And his dad's up. Friday's nice, Saturday's better. Sunday is the day of champions. We've got Richie Hopkins, who I believe won in 96 and 97.
Yep.
He's out with their son, Derek, who's looking to complete the natural hat trick. And when Friday, Saturday, Sunday, he's gone by the flag every time he's been on that pole. Twice he got to grab it, and he is the overwhelming favorite today.
It's so hard to get on the pole. And all Hoppy had to do, Rich Hopkins, Derek's dad, make a phone call saying, walk it today, got right on.
I'm in. We almost brought him out there ourselves.
I wanted anything. I would have got a yacht to bring him out there. He was a great walker, and his son could be the next greatest walker. He's already in discussion. It's like Tiger Woods.
Seriously.
How the hell did Nike know it?
I don't know. I don't know if he's been training since he was 4 years old, like Tiger too. Do we have?
Well, he has. We've seen it. But thank God, Nicastro's driving school picked up his big contract, and Derek Hopkins
sponsored him?
Absolutely.
John,
why would I not?
Wait, can we do that on this broadcast?
Yes, we can.
I gotta get the Bridge Cape Anna.
There it is. Look at the bubbles coming up in the back. There they are. Your 2019 Championship Sunday Greasy Pole Walkers. The tradition is you get dressed up. We're gonna go to a quick commercial break. My brother creating the St. Peter's Fiesta app, Streamography. We're gonna go to a commercial. We'll catch you back in about 2 or 3 minutes. Viva, Corey.
The 88th annual Greasy Pole competition will be back with all the sights and sounds. It's Championship Sunday.
So it's definitely a skill for someone to judge.
At Cranny Home Services, a satisfied customer is a beautiful thing.
Elsewhere, it's going to be near 90 degrees, and when you factor in the humidity, this is a look at the heat index at about 2:30 tomorrow afternoon. It's going to feel like it's in the lower 90s, Boston, all the way up into Portsmouth.
guy, struggling year in and year out to get that heavy AC back in the window? In only a couple of hours, Cranny Home Services can easily install a sleek ductless split unit so you never have to go through the struggle again. They're far more efficient than traditional air conditioners. Your walls and ceilings won't have to be ripped apart. You'll never have to move it. And it even gives off some heat in the winter. So if you want to learn more about how you can save money and aggravation with the ductless split unit, we'd love to chat with you here at Cranny Home Services. You can give us a call at 1-800-CRANNY or visit our website at Cranny Home Services.
Welcome back, 2019 Championship Sunday. I'm your host, John Nicastro, with Corey Kukuru, the St. Peter's Fiesta app created by Streamography, and my little brother, Andrew Nicastro. We're going to get a shout out to, we're also going to give a shout out to our sponsors, Cranny Home Services, Blue Collar Lobster, Gloucester House Restaurant, and you have the St. Peter's Fiesta Committee, a tremendous committee it is. And thank you to the committee for all you've done this whole weekend, and not just the weekend, because we know what they put into this event pretty much starting tomorrow all the way through. A little shout out to, and we're getting a little bit wadded up.
I think they're announcing us, John.
Right. Oh, they announced us. Beautiful. Corey Kukuru gets that. Hey, everybody. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So we're going to give out, and we might be watered down a little. We had to go from the third floor down to the second floor because of the weather, but we're going to get into some quick shout outs. So we have a shout out here from Vince Pellizola. Hey, Vince, my buddy, Gloucester, Mass. Viva San Pedro. Thanks for all the insight into Fiesta. Congrats, John, and thanks to Andrew, one of my favorite students during his time at GHS. Viva, thank you, Vince. Aurora Papalante. Hey, Aurora, from Tacoma, Washington. Grew up in Gloucester and recently joined the U.S. Army, and I'm stationed in Washington State now. Wow, Aurora, that's absolutely amazing. And while we're talking about the vets, thank you, Aurora. Thank you to all of our vets. Special soft spot in our hearts for vets because of what they do for us. Being able to just sit here and broadcast while they're protecting our country, protecting our land, protecting the world. And Aurora, thank you for the shout out.
Here, here.
Matthew Taylor and Jessica Grassi from St. Petersburg, Florida. Thank you, Matthew, and thank you, Jessica. Caitlin Scholes, Aiken, South Carolina. Lived in Gloucester my whole life and moved to South Carolina this year. Thank you for the shout out, Caitlin. Levs, what's up, big guy? Gloucester. We had a couple of cocktails together last night, Levs. Next time you get me one, but I got you one, and why would I not?
Who's keeping score?
Absolutely. I'm watching on the big screen at Jody, baby, I love you, kid. You got to get in the Hall of Fame. Ann Rose with Super Mario, one of the great hockey players of all time. Sanagra, what's up, big guy? Cam and Max. A shout out to all the boys. Lulu Pentino from Gloucester, watching from the playground. Hey, we're right over here on the playground, waiting for Michael Sanfilippo to grab the Sunday flag. Go, Michael. If Michael gets a second walk, which probably won't happen, Michael Sanfilippo most likely will win it.
Wow.
Any Dubs, what's up, big guy? Pigeon Cove, Mass. Pigeon Cove is based calling in from England because it's a long ways away. Pigeon Cove, Mass.
Get
What's
to the
up,
mall
Dubs?
faster than Pigeon Cove from here.
Manny Naves, what's up from Indiana? Randy Kamen, watching from Dallas, Texas. Kyle Curley, watching from Torrington, Connecticut. Scott Silva, hello from Florida. We have Scott back, Tucson, Arizona. Thank you for the broadcast of the St. Peter's Fiesta. Born and raised in Gloucester, class of 74, now residing in Tucson, Arizona. Thank you for all the shout-outs. My cousin Christy Balzerini with a shout-out from 69 Pleasant Street. So we have all kinds of shout-outs. We're about to get ready, Corey. 2019 Championship Sunday. Doug Merger stole the show, Corey.
Amazing men's senior same-boat race finals just finished a minute ago with the merger. With a convincing win. It was tight, but a convincing win over Resolute was a former Thursday. And now we are here for the 88th Sunday Greasy Pole Championship coming at you. The big storyline, can Derek Hopkins, Friday and Saturday's winner, pull off the natural hat trick and win here and put his name down in Fiesta history?
Yes.
And that's pretty much the else to say. That's the consensus from the St. Peter's Club to Pavilion Beach, all throughout Gloucester and Cape Ann. It's his to lose. He is the first walker today, so you have the first walk as a courtesy walk, which means no one can go out and grab the flag this time. Everyone gets one walk out there. We'll yell out their names, see who they're walking for, and then we play for keeps in the championship. and Derek Hopkins goes first.
We're about to go, and Corey, just to add to the Greasy pole, 45-foot pole, grease from start to finish.
Yeah.
So back in the day, I grew up on the fort with my cousins, Joe Nicastro, Samutsu, Dominic. We used to come down. My cousin Jeremy, we would buy grease from Tally's, about $5. We'd go to the end of the flag, shimmy back with this little 5-gallon bucket. Basically nothing on it. Pete Frontiero would come up and walk with us, and I watched Pete from like 9-10 years old walking that pole, and he won it every time. If we put up a buck, it was a wasted buck if Pete was doing it. If Pete wasn't doing it, then yes, usually it could be a coin flip other than Samutsu. But I watched Pete as a young walker. I watched him walk when he won it. Peter Frontiero, the great walker of all time. Peter Black Frontiero, 1984, 1987, 1988, 1989, 1990, 91, 92, 93, 2004, 7-time champion.
Crazy.
Peter Black Frontiero. Guess what, Corey? His record's in jeopardy.
This
I'm
kid
telling you right
is
now.
the real. It's amazing. Every generation or so, you see someone coming along and just dominate, and it's hard to pinpoint why. This Hopkins kid is literally walking through like there's no grease on it at all. I like to call it the disco on Crisco, and now we have that new grease in there. Oh yeah,
You got to patent that.
yeah. Please don't rip me off. As I try, the patent is pending. The disco on Crisco is what we call it. And listen, you love this thing. These guys are geared up and ready to go. That platform is full of true champs out there.
No doubt about it, Corey.
And they're hanging out right now looking at this Hopkins kids, and their teeth are chattering because that kid's for real. Now, you also notice John, road tide today. It was dead low tide about an hour ago. So they're probably looking at maybe a 16-foot drop there. But we're getting ready to run.
Here we go, Corey. Dead low tide.
All right, let's
Your
enjoy.
2019 champion, Derek Hopkins. 2019 Friday, 2019 Saturday, Derek Hopkins. His name's already being mentioned with Selby Benson. His name's being mentioned already with Peter Black Frontiero, Anthony Mazza, no doubt Jake Wood, Stu McGilvery, your all-time greats, and his name's in that already.
Will Derek Hopkins be the first guy to three-peat to do the natural hat trick since Jake Wood 20 years ago today?
1999, Jake Wood. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the natural hat trick. The first year they started Friday, Greasy Poles. 1999, Jake Wood went out on Friday, went out on Saturday, went out on Sunday. Nobody has done it since Jake Wood. And there he goes, Derek Hopkins, halfway, 3/4 of the way. A glitch. There was a banana peel.
There was.
Be careful.
So, yeah,
I don't know if there's a banana peel at home.
He just went 3/4 of the way out, and that was his worst walk so far of the weekend. But I wouldn't sweat it.
3/4 of the way is his worst walk. Unreal.
Crazy.
You can combine 5 walks for the last 5 years for some people, and they don't get 3/4 of the way.
Now, guys, bear with us as we go through this list. We've added a lot of walkers today to walk in memory of other people, so we're going to try to adjust that for you on the fly.
And right away, here's Randy Sweet.
Oh, no.
Randy
Sorry.
Sweet.
He did
I
the
don't know
splits.
about that. That was Randy Sweet.
Friday 2016, Saturday 2018, night.
Here comes the applause, people.
This kid's for real. Proud
Michael
favorite.
Sanfilippo, a huge favorite. The Sanfilippo family, a great family in Gloucester. They have a house right here on Beach Court. Michael
Oh,
Sanfilippo
no.
takes a
That's
hard hit.
tough ball.
Hard hit. So right out of the gate, you have it is slippery up there because Derek Hopkins only goes 3/4 of the way. Randy Sweet, who's a 2017 Friday champion, 2017 Saturday champion, 2018 Sunday champion was Randy Sweet, and he only took 3 steps.
I'm going to tell you, John, just looking from here compared to the last few days, that looks like a lot of Crisco on that pole.
And they put underneath the grease, they put apples, they put bananas, so you could literally step on a piece of fruit. I mean,
Crazy.
some of them eat it.
Fish food.
And there goes your next walker.
Is that Kyle?
The next walker is Jake Wagner, another great walker.
2013, Saturday 2014, Sunday 2016, Kyle Berry.
So you have just went Jacob Wagner,
Now we got
and now we have Kyle Barry. Kyle Barry, your 2013 champion Friday. Kyle Barry.
Here we go.
There he goes, another
Pretty
good,
strong,
great walker,
strong start.
3/4 of the way. Kyle Barry.
Next walker, Friday 2015.
All right, now, Lenny boy. Lenny Taramina.
Lenny Taramina.
Another big family name
Lenny
here in
Taormina.
Gloucester.
Last night I saw him outside walking around the carnival, and Lenny Taormina said, "I might just take it. He has some tough friends. He goes, I might just take it on the first round, and they can nail it back up just to say that I can do it." Because he doesn't know if he's going to get a second walk. The walkers are talking about it.
That's right.
Derek Hopkins, 18 years old. He's in their head.
How telltale was it yesterday, John, when half of the walkers just stayed in the water before Derek could go again?
That's
and he
respect.
claimed it.
18 years old, demanding respect, Corey Kukuro.
Seriously.
Demanding it.
I got hounded by Farmer Bob Marshall's farm stick because Derek was wearing a Marshall's Farm shirt.
Oh
no.
Lenny Taormina took a hard kick. And there goes the rib.
Saturday, 2015. The world record holder, the Greasy Corral in Hollywood, California. This kid lives, breathes, and eats this stuff. Joey De Silva.
Joey D.
And I tell you what, 2 days in a row now, we've lucked out with the weather. We've had really spotty weather the last couple of days with thunderstorms and a little bit of a breeze. It's working out for us, so we're grateful for that.
Yeah, it broke. And you saw the rain we had earlier. There was some storm clouds moving, and there's not a doubt in my mind. So Fathia made her phone call up to the big guy upstairs again, pleaded and pleaded and pleaded, and he said, okay. And Anthony Mazzagiamunco, our prayers go with him. And there goes Joey D. Joey D, halfway if that. Anthony Mazzagiamunco, 1975 Saturday, 1975 Sunday, 1976, 77, 78, 1980. Anthony the Sheriff Mazzagiamunco, one of the greats of all time. Our prayers go with you as Anthony is home sick and unfortunately not here today. And our prayers are with you. Safathia, our prayers are with you and your family.
Mark Allen up
next.
So, folks, we're looking at around 34 or 5 walkers today. To give you
Mark Allen, about 3 steps and down. I'm just saying, real quick, it seems like a little slipperier than yesterday and days past, as they loaded it up.
As it should be. It's Sunday.
About a foot of grease up there. You have next up, Nikki Avalos. Next up, Championship Sunday is Nick Avalos.
Spent some time with Nicky over at Gumbati's a little bit. That's a little restaurant in downtown Gloucester. The champions had a breakfast the other day.
What did he say?
Not much.
He
was
too many apple juices.
Worse for wear.
What is up with the apple juice in Gloucester this weekend?
We love it, man. It's one giant orchard here.
It's unreal.
The Angry Orchard.
Unbelievable.
Here's another favorite folks.
Stu McGilvery. Here we go, kids. Get ready. Your Friday 2004 champion, Saturday 2004 champion, 2008, 2009, 2010, 2012. He went over halfway. Stu McGilvery, one of the all-time greats. He went for the three-peat in 2004, Corey. Guess who stopped him?
Who was it?
Peter Black Frontier.
Legend. The logo. He should be the logo for this.
No doubt. 2013 champion. Next up is
I'm not sure.
Ali D'Angelo. And he just went down. Ali D'Angelo. He walked for the international champion in 2013, Anthony Saputo. Anthony, sorry we haven't been saying your name too much. You should have given me a text. But he won it in as a protege in his honor. Next up is Peter Canavo.
So this is Ali now. They're sneaking names in here. They've added walkers today. I can tell you right now because we're talking about Derek Hopkins. His dad, Richie Hopkins, also out there on the platform. He's going today. Nino Sanfilippo was out there today. Brett Bell is a new name that was added a couple hours ago, walking in someone's name today. So we got to stay on our toes here.
Yep.
That's Ali D'Angelo.
There goes Ali. Sorry. So he walked in honor of Anthony, the Intercontinental Champion, in 2011. And what that means is Anthony won it in the old country, and then he won it here. The only person ever to win it in Italy and win it in Gloucester, Anthony Saputo. Great guy, the president of the St. Peter's Club, Anthony Saputo. You couldn't have a better guy running the club. Just a class act, class family. Joe Stalline, a champion as well. We have all champions going right now, and when we get to the end of the champ, there's go Joe Stalline, about 3 or 4 steps, and that's it. Once you get beyond the champions, you'll go to the proteges.
Here we go, folks.
There he is.
The only other man to pull off a natural hat trick, the only man to pull off the natural hat trick Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Jake Wood, he did it in 99.
And here we go, Jake Wood, the trifecta, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 1999, and then he did it again in 2002, 2003, 2004, 2006, seven-time champion, one of the great walkers of all time, Jake Wood. He has 7, the last time the trifecta, and there goes Jake Wood. He's always been slow and steady. He takes a big bounce. That was a big one. That one went right on the bum.
Yep. He's all right.
And this walker, the People's Champ. Friday 2005, Saturday 2006, Vinny Gumbats Parisi.
Gumbats. Got a Parisi here. Vinny Parisi.
2005, Vinny Parisi. Vinny Gumbats Parisi. He's fast out of the gate, Corey. Watch this one come. He comes out like a rocket. He starts out a little bit further back than most of the other walkers, where the pole is greased from the very start. But you can see right now, it isn't greased on where the platform is. They have towels there so the guys can wipe the feet off, so there's not grease in that area. As they goes into the second or third rounds, which probably won't happen, it can get a little slick in the walking area prior to where the pole starts. But Vinny Gumbats Parisi starts, but he comes out fast, and there he goes.
Speed kills.
Real fast. Woo.
He was flying.
Next up, Jimmy Silva. Jimmy Slivers Silva.
Slivers. Still at it.
Saturday 2003, Sandy Palazzolo.
Yep, they have our list a little off.
Hold on, we got a Palazzolo in now?
Sandy Palazzolo. So Friday 2002, and then he won it again on Saturday. He took it again. He has 2 titles.
And if you're just tuning in, welcome to the 88th annual Greasy Pole Competition at the 92nd annual St. Peter's Fiesta in Gloucester, Massachusetts. I'm Corey Cooker alongside John Nicastro. We've been bringing you all the coverage all weekend long. We just finished up the men's senior sailboat race championships as the merger prevailed over Forza Inferior, now called Resolute, and defending champions Iron Village.
I've got to give my props to. There it is. We did have it right, Corey. Our list is right. It's Jimmy Slivers. Jimmy Slivers Silva. You know what? The lists are tough. There's additions, there's moves, there's guys trying to batter their names up. And when you're at the St. Peter's Club and you're talking to the people that have some pull with the list, it might only take a captain and diet to get your name moved up 3 or 4 spots. It doesn't take much.
That's how I got the gig.
It doesn't take much. Olden days, you did a lot of stuff with the bartering and this and that. The new days, you got to be careful of it. But when you're at the club and there's a lot of that old school Italian blood there, and you buy him a captain and diet, a couple of limes and an umbrella, you could get bumped up 2 spots.
We know how it works. We use a different kind of currency here.
Yep, no doubt. Jimmy Slivers, Jimmy Silva.
The wind's picking up a little bit now.
And this can definitely play part in the walkers when the wind is peppering across. You're on that little skinny greasy pole.
Tough start.
45 feet in length, grease from start to finish. The first round's a courtesy round. What that means is you cannot grab the flag in the first round. Sandy Palazzolo.
This is Sandy Palazzolo now.
Now here he is. Friday 2002, Saturday 2003. Sorry if you're picking up some background noise. We had to move our camera set because of the rain. We're on the 2nd floor instead of the 3rd, right near one of the speakers. So you might be hearing some muffled noises coming from the voices of the Fiesta that are live on the beach. But the St. Peter's Fiesta app created by Andrew Nicastro and Streamography, giving you the feed across the world. 30 to 40,000 listeners yesterday, viewers. Now we're going to hopefully be up to 50 to 60,000. And there he goes.
Spider-Man.
Sandy Palazzolo, Spider-Man with the grease. Is tough to stick to it.
Joe Sands. Boy, is this not on our list. They're making this up as they're going along today, I think.
Joe Sanfilippo.
It is glass conditions out there, folks. Every now and then the breeze gets up a little bit, but the weather turned out on our side today. It got a little dicey for a bit.
Oh, Sanfilippo takes a nice high hit.
How about a 16-foot drop today with a low tide?
Here he is. Rich Hopkins. 1996, 1997, 1996. Walked out to the end of the pole, grabbed the flags, held there, stood with it.
People
Rich
love it.
Hopkins. The father of Derek Hopkins, he walked out, stood with the flag, went to pull it down. Next thing you knew, those nails must have been strong as can be. It didn't come down, it went upside down. They put it up the right way, came back to him in the next round, went to the end again. This time went right through it, no doubter. And there he goes, Rich Hopkins.
Whoa!
Taking a little bit of grease off for his son. You know, that's what he's doing. He's jockeying for position.
I agree 100%. That was a purposeful walk.
Jockeying for his son. I love it. You'll do anything for blood, anything for family, no matter what it takes.
And I believe there have been only 4 father-son winning combos in the history of the Greasy pole.
Nino Sanfilippo, the son of the father of Michael Sanfilippo, who walked second, walked third. Next up, Jude LaFave.
Wow.
2000 champ. Saturday 2000 champ.
We got Jude LaFave.
Saturday 2000, Jude LaFave. Made it to Championship Sunday in 2000, 19 years ago. Jude LaFave. Jude LaFave. The first round, the courtesy round. Everyone gets one walk. Grease on the pole, 45 foot in length. The Italian flag standing proud at the end. Jude LaFave, a hard hit. He slipped out of the gate. Rich Hopkins did something there. Right where Rich Hopkins slid off, you saw Jude take a hard hit.
I wonder if Richie dropped a couple banana peels out of his shorts.
I think he knows. Derek, Derek hasn't had a hiccup yet, and he had his first hiccup.
Legendary walker and Fiesta legend Sleepy Palazzolo, Jeremy Fanning.
Jeremy Fanning, walking in honor, Sleepy Palazzolo. Sleepy Palazzolo, Corey, one of the only guys, a walker and a rower. There goes Jeremy Fanning.
Quick exit.
Sleepy Palazzolo won it in rowing and won it as a walker. And he did it 50 plus years ago as a rower, and then did it again as a walker, did it again as a rower. The Sleepy Palazzolo, one of the great scuttlers of all time, a great walker as well. Sleepy Palazzolo.
One of the amazing stories, man. That's awesome.
Great guy. Softball, tremendous pitcher. Just a great all-around guy. Sleepy Palazzolo, God bless him. Sleepy Palazzolo. He loved the Fiesta so much. The Fiesta was everything to him and his family. But Sleepy Palazzolo, lots of love to his family.
And for those of you guys watching at home, can you tell the difference between a seagull and a drone? Because we have the same number out in the sky today. These drones are all over the place.
It's unreal. It's unbelievable. Here we go, 2019 Championship Sunday. It all started with the merger.
Each guy's taking his time because he thinks this is only walk for the day.
Oh, they're pretty much right. But there was a hiccup in Derek Hopkins today. I feel that they greased it today. There's maybe more grease, whatever it might be. It could be coincidence. I don't care. What Pete was saying, Peter Black Frontier. Pete, I love you, brother, but you're wrong. It doesn't matter if you're walking on grease, Crisco, whatever they're putting up there. You gotta, when you walk, you have to get to the end and win it. There's only one champion, and that's it. It doesn't matter what's up there.
We have David Ogier.
David Ogier up next. These are going to be the proteges.
Whoa!
David Ogier took a high hit, and you will see a big difference between the proteges and the champions. That the proteges doing a great job and walking in honor of someone that means a lot. It's not easy to get up there. I walked for 5 years, and it's not easy walking.
Walking by Anthony Mazza Chimbanco. There's a lot of players right now.
There we go. Someone's walking for Mazza.
Next in the name.
AJ Romeo Oliver.
AJ Romeo Oliver walking for him.
AJ Romeo,
very
the
cool
grandson
gesture.
of our great Mayor Safathia. There he goes. AJ, just a great took a hard hit. That's what he does for his Uncle Matza, and raise his hand high. I love it. Great job, AJ. I love the walk. Taking a hard hit from Matza Giamunco. Anthony Matza, the Sheriff Giamunco. 1975 again, Saturday, Sunday, 76, 77, 78, and 80. Anthony Mazza Giamanco, the legend, the sheriff.
And as you know, whoop,
And there goes a hard hit.
full spin.
Yep, there's our assistant harbor master there, Chad Johnson, looking out.
Walking for legendary Anthony Saputo, Ramondo McFarland.
All right, so Normando McFarland walking for Anthony Saputo.
So you have Norm McFarland walking for Anthony Saputo, the Intercontinental Champion, won it in Italy, and he also won it in Gloucester.
Yikes.
There goes Norm McFarland.
He cannonballed.
Norm McFarland, a great guy. Couldn't have a better guy walking for you. Frank Catania. Danny Muse walking for Frank Catania.
Not the one we grew up with, John.
Nope, this
Not
is
the Zucchi.
nope, this is his son. What? You love these great words like Zucchi.
Oh yeah. Big drop.
There goes Dan walking for Frank Catania.
And next walking for cousin Samuel Frontiero, Jonathan Reardon.
Jonathan Reardon now up for another legend, Sammy Frontiero. I got to hang out with him at the St. Peter's Altar a few days ago. That guy's got a ton of stories to share.
A lot of great stories. He loves the Fiesta, loves Gloucester, loves his community, loves everything about the Fiesta. Samuel Frontiero, tremendous walker, won it back in the day. Another Gloucesterman, no doubt about it.
He actually could have interviewed
Jonathan
Short that I was
Reardon.
doing so he could actually get to take a lumping job. For real.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. The St. Peter's Fiesta app, and there he goes, Jonathan Reardon, cut him out of the gate. Nice
All right.
walk.
I haven't seen someone at the halfway point in a while.
Nope, there's only been two, and no doubt Derek Hopkins was one of them, about 3/4 of the way. No one else has come that far, everyone halfway or less.
Colby Mitchell coming up next. Got a contingent out here on the beach.
Colby Mitchell. 2019 Sunday, Championship Sunday, the Greasy Pole, Colby Mitchell. We're about halfway through the courtesy round. You cannot take it in the first round. It will be live in the second round. Everybody gets one walk, and there goes Colby Mitchell. Oh, you got to watch. He almost hit his head on the platform.
He almost got to go to your way to knock it off the platform.
Pat Parmezzano.
Wow.
David Clark walking for Pat Parmezzano. Pat Parmezzano, my godfather, Pat Parmezzano. David Clark walking for Pat Parmezzano. Parmezzano family has a house right down in the fort. Right where the Fiesta originated, in the fort. They had it right out of residential houses. They would have the mails and the services and everything. There goes David Clark. Walking for Joe Black Frontiero, the father of Peter Black Frontiero, the greatest of all time, arguably, Jared Mitchell. But the Fiesta started in the fort where they would have the church ceremonies right out of their houses, and they'd have prayers, and there goes Jared Mitchell. And it got so big they had to move it into other venues, but that's where it started, in the early 30s. Joe Frontiero, Baby Black. Joe Black Frontiero walking for Steve Gray. These are the proteges. The proteges are walking in honor of former champions.
And the sun is just ducked out
Here
from
comes
the
the sun.
clouds.
Thank you, Safathia,
We're
for
down to
talking
like
to
the
the big guy.
last, handful, half dozen walkers here before we get on and play for keeps.
Yep, Derek Hopkins is a couple away from going for the three-peat. It hasn't been done since 1999 with Jake Wood, one of the all-time great walkers. Jake Wood he has taken it 7 times, but 3 times in the 1999, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The only guy to ever do it. Jake Wood, up right now though, Joe Baby Black Frontiero. He's come so close, so many times. Every year it seems like he's within 2-3 feet of that flag, has even touched the flag, looked at it, kissed it. He's done everything but grab it and pull it down. And his brother loves the Buffalo Bill, Peter Black. Peter Black always took it down. But Joe, unfortunately, in the years past, has been more like the Buffalo Bills. So close, but so far. Sometimes wide right, sometimes wide left. But can he go right through it and take it down one time? He wants that flag so bad. His dad, Joe Black Frontiero, his brother, Peter Black Frontiero. And there goes Joe. Don't judge that walk by him, because Joe is a dangerous walker.
From my daughter Maria. He said he's going to make a statement today. Max Nicastro.
All right, John, what's the relation here with Max Nicastro?
Our cousins, just like everyone else you see on the beach. We're all cousins. But the Nicastro family, very proud to be a Nicastro. Just like I'm proud to be a Gloucester person and through. It's just great to be here, part of the St. Peter's Fiesta. And there goes Max Nicastro. His statement walk was not the one, but we'll see if the next one is.
Something to talk about at Thanksgiving, John.
Yep. When you say you're going to have a statement walk, you got to have a statement walk. Just like Phil Francis saying Matt Pardee is overrated, but couldn't back it up.
He called it quits last year after a legendary career.
Coming to the top of the list.
Uh-oh! Ouch. The next walker is Brett Bell walking for Paul Nicastro.
Brett Bell walking for Paul Nicastro. Paul Beanie Nicastro, one of the all-time greats and one of the legends of the Fiesta. You talk about greasy pole knowledge. Beanie Nicastro, Paul Beanie Nicastro. And there goes Brett
suit and a straw hat. He's from Savannah. He's from here. He lives in Savannah now. Son of former Gloucester Mayor John Bell.
Here we go, kids. Jordan and Ella, kids, watch closely. Here goes Derek Hopkins.
The moment we've been waiting for, folks.
Derek Hopkins. Jordan.
The courtesy round is over. Jordan. And now we play for keeps.
There you go, Derek Hopkins, your 2019 Friday, 2019 Saturday, going for the trifecta. He has brought all kinds of chatter, and there he goes, Derek Hopkins halfway. Derek Hopkins,
look at this.
Quarters of the way. Derek Hopkins.
Come on now! He did it!
He tops the crowd. Derek Hopkins, 2019 Friday, 2019 Saturday, 2019 Sunday. Derek Hopkins, the trifecta.
You gotta raise a drink for that kid.
At the end, he gave the crowd, looked at the crowd and said, "There's one for you, Corey." He looked you right in the eye.
I saw I had a binocular on it for that one.
He literally looked at the beach and said, "Pavilion Beach, I'll be there in about 5 minutes. Get the apple juice ready." Here he comes, your 2019 Friday, 2019 Saturday, 2019 Sunday. Derek Hopkins, 3-time champion, already in the discussions of the greats.
And for those of you who watch it for maybe the first time, it's hard to describe because we've gone many, many years of greasy pole competition where there were 3, 4, 5 rounds. Not this weekend. This kid went out, the first guy to touch it, then grabbed it each time, man. I mean, it's impressive.
Look at all the grease out there. Not one other walker got more than halfway.
Well, put all that Crisco back in the cans and bring it to Market Basket tonight.
But Corey, people can say what they want about the grease, which I think is ridiculous. He's the only one that went beyond halfway.
All right.
Nobody else even came halfway. Nobody. No one.
Kids from another planet.
So he went 3/4 of the way. His dad got on the pole just to take off a little bit of grease just in case. And then he went all the way to the end. Corey, he didn't even have a hiccup on that second walk. That might have been his best walk of the weekend.
He literally slowed down and took his time towards the end and gave everyone a wave. It was a really cool moment. And hats off to Derek Hopkins, this year's Sunday champion.
It's almost like he wanted to replicate his dad in '96, but not replicate grabbing it. Slow down just enough, but he couldn't slow himself down. He was going by the flag again.
What a moment.
What a picture that's going to be in the paper. Jason Groh will probably take it, no doubt about it. But what a picture that's going to be. That's going to be in the paper. Derek Hopkins, 2019 Sunday champion. Derek Hopkins took home the trifecta. Hasn't been done since Jake Greek in 2009. 1999. Sorry, Jake Wood, 1999, 20 years ago. That's the excitement I have right now, Corey. I'm getting my years off by a decade, but it hasn't been done since 1999. Jake Wood, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and there's a new champ in town. His name is Derek Hopkins. 2019 Friday, 2019 Saturday, and some say, Corey, you're not a champion or a true champion until you get the championships on Sunday. Greasy pole walkers won't say it, but some people that don't know what it's like to be out there will say it. Now he did it. Championship Sunday, 2019. Derek Hopkins.
It was a no-doubter. The guys at the St. Peter's Club throughout the weekend knew that it was a Hopkins kids to lose. You saw the walkers yesterday, As each landed into the water here in the inner Gloucester Harbor, they stayed and waited for Derek to do his run for real because they knew it wasn't going to get past him. Unbelievable. And well, look, we know it's predictable. We understand that, but dramatic nonetheless because 3 in a row, that's not easy, and he made it look so easy against a lot of great names.
Unbelievable. No other walk. A championship Sunday. Great walkers out there, people, but there's a ton of grease out there. Look at all the grease on that flag, on that pole, and nobody got beyond halfway in the first round. No one except one person, Derek Hopkins, went about 3/4 of the way on his first walk, and then on his second walk, there he is, holding up the Italian flag, the Greasy Bowl flag. Derek Hopkins, first walker, second round. The only good thing, Corey, for walkers next year is he won't be the first walker.
Right. I know.
That's the only chance you have.
It's unbelievable.
So whoever wins it on Saturday next year, Corey, has to win it Sunday, first walk.
Well, what can you say, John? I mean, it's been an amazing weekend of competition from the same boats to the Greasy Pole. It's been a privilege to do this with you. This Hopkins kid, he's the real deal, and he's going to have his name up there with all the Greasy Pole legends now, and he's instantly part of Gloucester folklore. And there he is, carried on the shoulders of the other competitors. Yes, he is in his Marshall's Farm Stand shirt once again.
Marshall's Farm Stand, Derek Hopkins, being sponsored by Marshall's Farm Stand. There's the traditional carry-on on the shoulders. Derek Hopkins coming up Pavilion Beach with the Greasy Bowl Italian Championship flag raised high, loud and proud.
Loving it. Give that man an apple juice.
Cup of Champions.
What do you know?
There it is. Your 2019 Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The trifecta. Derek Hopkins. Your 2019 Sunday champion, Derek Hopkins, 3-time champion already. He's had 3 rail walks that it counts, and Derek Hopkins made them all count, Corey. There it is, Muggy Samo Dute Mute. Here it comes, Derek Hopkins, loud and proud.
He's overwhelmed, John.
There it is, your 2019 champion, Derek Hopkins. Here he comes. 2019 champion, Derek Hopkins, 3-time champion, the trifecta, Derek Hopkins, 2019, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, being carried up Pavilion of Beach Court, the traditional walk, a tradition. Derek Hopkins, 2019 Sunday champion, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, Corey. Derek Hopkins and the merger, 2019. Same boat champion, the merger.
What a day. 92nd annual St. Peter's Fiesta, 88th annual Greasy Boat competition, 60th annual Same Boat competition. An absolutely picture-perfect afternoon now and evening here at Pavilion Beach in Gloucester, Massachusetts. You see the crowd starting to make their way back towards St. Peter's Park, where there is the carnival still going on. There is the altar and the stage. Later on this evening, the St. Peter's statue will be returned to the St. Peter's Club, and what's a beautiful moment here, and that will end this year's Fiesta.
Yep, all the champions, you'll have all the rowing champions, the full crew will be on the stage today to get the trophy, Corey. And you'll also have Derek Hopkins, 3-time champion already. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday will be on the stage. Championship Sunday on the altar to get his trophy, get his award. The ultimate award is is having the flag.
And now we've already set the stage for next year, right? 2020. What will Hopkins do then? What do all these Sunday champs? They want a taste of that victory once again, and they got to grab that flag from this kid because, I mean, that kid earned it. I mean, that was a no-doubter today. No-doubter all weekend long. He had 6 walks. His worst walk was a courtesy round today when he went 3/4 of the way out and just kind of waved and hit the water.
He wasn't ready for that banana peel or apple, whatever it is. It was a little bit of a hiccup.
Yep.
He wasn't used to it, kind of hit him the wrong way. But his second walk today, Corey, I think that was his best walk of the weekend. He saved his best walk for Championship Sunday as he went to the end of the flag, stood there, posed for the camera, grabbed it high, and said, "Thank you, everyone. I'm your champion, 2019. There's one picture, him, all weekend.
That was an awesome moment. Yeah, it's going to be all Derek Hopkins all weekend long. But him standing there with that flag for just a brief second and getting that appreciation from the flotilla on the backside of the Greasy Pole to the crowd gathered here, not only on Pavilion Beach, but over in the old Fort neighborhood and the Boulevard here, Stacy Boulevard. and just a great throng, and they appreciated every second of it. It was a great thing to be a part of and witness.
Yep. So Championship Sunday 2019 St. Peter's Fiesta with the St. Peter's Fiesta app designed by Andrew Nicastro and Streamography. We thank Andrew Nicastro from that, but what a Championship Sunday we had. The Merger, your 2019 champions, they won it in 2017, and I gotta say right now, I did pick Resolute just because adding Matt Pardee. They came so close last year. The Merger had a couple hiccups last year. No disrespect for the Merger, because it was one of them that I felt would win it, but the Merger and Vito Gigoloni stealing the show with Joe Balbo had an unbelievable turn. And last year, it had something to do with the turn or the speed of the turn that cost them the title last year. And it doesn't all go on the turn because there's a lot more that goes into it. But this year, Joe Balbo crushed it on the turn.
We got to enjoy all the races from start to finish this year. Of all the crews, the Merger was the tightest. They were the most sound, and they had the straightest lines in and out of everybody. Forza Furious stumbled a little earlier in the week when they made the name change for today to compete in the finals. They just came up a little shy. They can't take anything away from the Merger, though. Hats off to defending champs Iron Village for a game showing, but the Merger, it was theirs to lose, and they went out and they took it.
No doubt. I mean, to get into that boat, it's so hard to row. I rowed years ago. I walked. I carried St. Peter. I've done a little bit of it all, but rowing is so difficult. It really is. Hats do go off to Iron Village and Resolute. Unfortunately, Iron Village just got a taste of that cup last year, drinking out of the cup of a champion, and they now know how hard it is to repeat. They did lose by 3 boats plus. They need to make some adjustments. They need to figure out what it is. There's cracks in the foundation, no doubt. The heart of their boat and Dave Nicastro, they made a pickup that just maybe wasn't enough. But anyway,
you know what, John, just to say, you keep mentioning how hard it is to repeat. Now the Merger had a year off, and they had to fight things and come back after a year away, and grabbed another title. So big ups to them.
And sometimes you need to be humble to become great, because if it goes to your head too much, you don't realize you need to have that focus. You need to have that desire, like desire in the day 83, 84, 85, and 86.
Good point, John, all around.
But the junior crews are coming up for the junior championship, boys division, the junior championships. But let's go to the Merger one more time. 2019 senior division men's champions, the Merger. 2017, 2019, Vito Gigoloni, the coach, the coxman. Joe Balbo's the scuttler. Dylan Morrissey and Chris Gigoloni are lead oarsmen. Vito Gigoloni and Clayton Morrissey. Nick Gigoloni and Mike Mitchell, Mark Gigoloni and Joe Gigoloni, Lucas McRobb and Seth Morrissey, your 2019 champions, the Merger. Congratulations to the Merger. You deserve it. A great boat, great group of guys, your 2019 champions. And to Derek Hopkins, stole the show this weekend. Your 2019 Friday champion, 2019 Saturday champion, 2019 Sunday champion, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the trifecta, Derek Hopkins.
So maybe not any really big surprises throughout the weekend, but dramatic nonetheless. Derek doing the natural hat trick. I mean, what can you say about that kid? Can't wait to see him go for the another title next year and see a new wave of walkers try to do what Derek Hopkins just did. The first time in 20 years someone's pulled off the natural hat trick, only the second time in Fiesta history that's happened. So, and of course, the Merger, they're back. They mean it. You got to tip their caps to them. And it's going to be a long year for Resolute, thinking about what could have been, and the Iron Village, and we'll see how these guys replenish their crews and come back next time.
Yeah, and that Mike Jarvis, a great coach. Mike Jarvis, I mean, he's lost so many races by a seat or two or a half a boat. Like today was about a half a boat, maybe a tad more. But they were down by a boat and a half or more, Corey, and they made it up and made a push, and it just wasn't enough.
I know. And we saw this 2 days in a row now. Forza Furious, now Resolute. Down the stretch, they gave it everything they had. But the difference was, and we heard from Phil Francis earlier, the Merger going into that turn around that pin and how they came out of that was the difference.
And it's very hard to catch a veteran crew like the Merger when they have the lead coming out of the pin. They're going to keep a nice long stroke, do what they do. If you make a move, they're going to keep their stroke and just do what they do. And that's what they did in the merger. Take your hats off to them. Resolute, take your hats off to them. They what a fight, what a race. Iron Village, they tried. It's hard, very difficult to repeat. They need to maybe tidy up a couple things in that boat. But they found out the hard way that it's hard to repeat. And your 2019 same boat champion, Championship Sunday, the merger. Congratulations to the merger. In your 2019 Friday, Saturday, Sunday champion, Derek Hopkins. Congratulations to him. Congratulations to your 2019 senior division women's champion in Backlash.
Yeah,
and
over Rogue.
Yep,
very
over
impressive.
Rogue. Stopping the three-peat. And then also in the junior division, you had your 2019 champion. They actually did repeat with 2017, 2018, 2019 is Uproar, three-time champion in the junior division. These girls will be making their way into the senior women's division, which could be a different ballgame.
They look great too. Something else to look forward to next year. It was a real pleasure covering all the events this Fiesta for you.
And you got him right there, the Harbor Master to the left. If Alex, if you can pan to the left for us. Andrew, Alex, if you can get that Harbor Master boat. The Harbor Master has done such a great job this weekend, and as hands around, Alex Sanfilippo working the corner. He's panning around. You have, there he is, the assistant Harbor Master. TJ Shimataro is the Harbor Master. He put Chad on the boat. Chad is the face of the Fiesta for the Harbor Master, no doubt. He has a beautiful face. The Gloucester Harbor Master, assistant Harbor Master Chad Johnson. Corey, what do you think?
Number 1 in our hearts, number 1 through 20 on tonight's menu. He'll order anything.
Absolutely. You got a great menu at the Gloucester House Restaurant, Blue Collar Lobster. You want to talk about fried clams, fresh as can be. Haddock. Lobsters literally coming right out of the ocean, pulled up on a tote out of a lobster boat, right into the pans.
You know
right
what,
into the coolers. The lobster pool.
We've been getting shout-outs all weekend long from people all over the country and all over the world, but we should give some shout-outs here, too. We had a tremendous crew, Andrew Nicastro, Alex Sanfilippo. Great job bringing you guys the sights and sounds all weekend long. Download the St. Peter's Fiesta app. Don't miss anything. You can follow stuff all year long. John, this has been awesome working with you, too. I love it. We want to thank everybody out there in and around in the neighborhood who, restaurants, hotels, bars, they had this broadcast on. That's awesome. We get to borrow your eyes and ears for a couple of hours to share this with you. So thank you for letting us get inside your minds for a little bit to show you.
Yep, and here we go, the junior men's division. You'll see some of the scuttlers and coxmen from the seniors. They're trying to see who's the next big rower to come up so they can
middle
steal someone.
Up, John.
Here comes the junior championship race. The middle hands are up. The left hands are up. They're waiting for the right. The right hands are waiting for it to go up. And to the left, you have Timmy Oaks scuttling again. To the right, you have Kellen O'Malley trying to get into the scuttling industry in the middle.
There could be, a great future rower in here on one of the championship crews. You never know.
And you see him again, the junior, and that's why you'll see some of these senior rowers or senior coaches, senior scuttlers, scuttling and coaching these boats, Corey, because just like any sport, they're trying to find that diamond in the rough that they can pull up to the seniors.
Well, we're going to have to start again because that middle boat got way out there, so we're going to have to feather their way back in towards Pavilion Beach and give this another try.
So we're going to bang out some shout-outs right now. So on the St. Peter's Fiesta app, you go to the top left icon, click on it, we get a drop-down menu and shout-outs, and we're going to have a bunch of shout-outs, starting with my mom, Laura Figueredo, one of the greatest moms ever, from Gloucester. Awesome app. Couldn't make it down to the beach, but loved watching it from the comfort of my home. Great job, guys. Thank you for the shout-out, Mom. Meredith from Gloucester. Great job, guys, especially the cute little redhead. And that is Corey Kukero.
Like
he's
wife.
Cute as can be. I'm a little biased since I'm his wife, and he is cute as can be. Unbelievable. He's just a great guy all around. Great commentator. There's a little winky face emoji. I'm not sure what the other thing is that's going on with it. But
tonight could be the night, John.
You never know.
We might have a little redhead here next year.
What? That's going to be gorgeous. Unbelievable. Becky Brashears, watching from Virginia. Shout out to Becky. Jaden T. Shout out to Jaden, watching again from Florida. GHS class of 90, Air Force vet 25 years. Once
cheers
again,
to you, brother.
Always a shout out to our vets. Thank you for your service. Alex Carpenter, watching from Washington, D.C. Wish I was watching from the beach. Pugman, Jason Puglisi, a former champion. Pugga couldn't make it this year. Thank you for the shout out, Pugman.
Sharing the same deck he used to bang the gong on for year after year down here for Fiesta.
Yep, love the app, cuz cheers to all our memories and walks together, brother. Remember, we were Tyson and OJ, no doubt about it. And Pugga, one of his first year walking, there wasn't a railing on the back of the platform, and I said to Pugga, you shouldn't stand there. Corey, I told him you shouldn't stand there, and he said why, and I gave him a shove. There's no railing, went down about 24 feet. You don't stand that side of the railing.
Rookie mistake,
rookie mistake, but he was a great walker. He had a couple titles under his belt. John Aiello shouting out from California. You guys do a great job watching in San Pedro, California. Viva! Thank you,
Viva
John.
San Pedro, California.
Mark Coolidge watching from Beverly, Mass. Shout out from Mark. Big Tom Branglione watching from Gloucester. Great job, guys. You're talking about a Gloucester legend. Big Tom Branglione, the former voice of the Fiesta, and what a great job he did. You talk about knowing the heritage, knowing the game, knowing everything.
That's an honor, John.
That is an honor.
That's high praise right there.
A shout out like that is the shout out of shout outs. Big Tom, thank you for the shout out. Means a lot. You're one of the all-time Gloucester greats, one of the all-time Gloucester legends. Respect from me forever and ever. Big Tom Branglione. Thank you, Tom.
John owes you an umbrella drink.
Absolutely. I would buy Big Tom anything he wants, any day of the week. Stephanie Marley shouting out from Arizona. Thank you, Stephanie, and all the shout outs. So we're waiting for the juniors to get off.
And a lot of people in Arizona hit us up over the weekend.
Yep. So the Greasy poll just got done. 2019 champion Derek Hopkins stole the show. The Greasy poll originated in Terracini, Italy, where it used to come out right from the rocks, a peninsula stretched out similar 45 to 50 feet. They would go right from the rocks itself, stretched out. There was a storm there years, and they still had a Greasy pole, but it used to come right out from the peninsula. And now you have the Junior Sunday Championship trying to get underway. And you can see to the left, you have...
These guys are way over to the left. They're going to go right into the platform.
You have Jerry Shimataro to the left as the coach, and it looks like you might have Alex Rodolosi as the scuttler. These guys are trying to break into the world. This is the only way you can do it. And then you have Kellen O'Malley in the middle, and in front of him is Paul Simon. Both of them were on the defending champs, Iron Village. They're going to hear the commentary and not like it, but the truth is the truth, boys. You know what I'm saying, and you hear it. You can't lose a rower like Dave Nicastro. That's the glue. That's the chemistry. That's the engine. And no disrespect to Ray D'Amico, good rower, but couldn't fill that seat. The hands are up, and there we go. In the middle, both sloppy start to the left and the right. Both had a good start, but both to the left, nice start. In the middle, you had maybe one oar that was in the water, and 9 out, then 2 went in the water, 8 out, then 3 went in the water, 7 out, and you do the math here and there. Now they have 10 in the oar, and you can see them now picking up. To the right, they had a good start, not sure of the power they have, but you can see good stroke. And these are the juniors. It's hard. It's a real tough race, half a mile out, half a mile back. They'll turn the boat. Okay, so half a mile out, they'll turn it, half a mile back. And there's Chad Johnson. He's blocking the back, blocking the boat to the left. We can't see it, Corey.
Come on, Chad. We call it a human eclipse. Get out of there.
Corey, stop. Leave Chad alone.
Now, for those of you wondering what John and I do between fiestas, we're actually thinking about opening up our own Greasy Pole and Sainbow camp throughout the summer. So for just $100, if you want to just send that to us ASAP, we can get you guys more info on how you can be a part of that.
It's going to be hard to, Derek Hopkins, obviously sponsored by Nicastro's Driving School. He could be our camp leader. We're going to have a conversation with him about it and trying to give some tips on how do you become that great of a walker. So we'll let you know about it.
I got a basement full of Bridge t-shirts. I'm going to have to sponsor some of these guys.
The Bridge.
Maybe the field.
Absolutely. I think Chad Johnson had a Bridge shirt on.
Did he do that with his badge? What, are you cracking another drink?
I'm tapping right here. I have my apple juice.
So thanks for joining us. The crazy thing now with the weather is the clouds have started to form again. It's getting a little dark. We might get a shower here, but we lucked out. It was spotty all day. About an hour before the race, they actually stopped the Fiesta rides for a little bit because it was a laser show out there over the water with the lightning. Thunderstorms just passed by, just skirted by us. And luckily, we were able to get in the Senior Same Boat Championship, the Greasy Pole Championship, and now the Junior Rowers.
Yep, so we have Championship Sunday, the Junior Same Boat Championship right now. And
one other cool fact from today's earlier race, the Nina has now won 15 of the last 16 championships.
So I got to go back to Phil's comments. I don't like to believe in that stuff, but I got to go back to Phil Francis's comment. He pretty much said the merger, didn't really give many reasons why, other than Joe Balbo is the greatest, and then said it doesn't matter who has the boat. He said it doesn't matter if Forza Furia, who's now Resolute, or Iron Village had it. Whoever had that boat would win.
You don't think it would have made a difference if, say, Balbo and the merger were on the Santa Maria today?
I don't think so. I don't like to play into that stuff because there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do. It's like I coach softball, and it's like someone complaining about a bat. A hitter can hit with a bat. Just grab the bat. Now, is there something like into it, the weights, or whatever they're saying, until you can prove it, and not just by, like, 15 out of 16 is a pretty big number.
Sure.
You
but
know,
you can walk by a roulette table anytime and see, oh, black is hit 9 times in a row, 10 times in a row. Maybe it's as simple as that, but one thing's for sure, it is definitely in the minds of competitors past and present.
Yeah, no doubt. Not so much the rowers when they're out there because they're just giving it what they have. But I don't put as much weight into the Santa Maria, but I've heard about the Nina for years. Just like whoever's in that boat is winning. You know, and I'm not sure who it was that didn't win with the Nina. They must like I might have even been the merger a couple of years ago in 2017. I'm not positive. We'd have to look into that and see. But 15 out of 16 years, if that's true, because I don't even know if that's 100% true.
Yeah.
Because you know, like Vincent Orlando will tell you that he has like 500 titles, but there's only been, say, 88 years of same boat history. So how do you
60
have
years of same boats?
60 years of same boats, 88 years of
Greasy pole.
So I mean, how do you have 70, 80 titles when there's only 60 years? But Vincent will tell you that he has that many.
Right.
You know. Vincent,
heading towards the pin here, John.
Here we go. The Junior Championship, Sunday, 2019. As the wind has picked up, a little bit of a ripple effect in the water, not going to affect the boats. The only time you really will have any type of effect on the boats is when you really have swells. And it happened in 2016 when Forza Furia won it. That was the last time that there was really tough wind conditions, the waves, and we've seen it out here in the harbor on a tough stormy day. And Forza Furia in 2016 rode in tough conditions. You have to keep your oars in the water a little deeper because you have to make sure that all 10 oars are going into the water and you can't be skimming. And today it doesn't matter. And here they go. They're going into the turn. The boat to the left and the junior champions. And you have the boat in the middle, both going into turns. So unfortunately, when you have a boat that's far behind, like the boat to the right, and those guys are giving it all they have, you got to be careful not to clip them.
Yeah, they're close.
Yeah, they'll get close if there's a bigger lead. And in the juniors, you know, no disrespect to any of the kids, but you could have, you know, 17, 18-year-olds in a boat, 19-year-olds in a boat, going up against 14-year-olds.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so, and we know what it's like when you're 14-year-old freshman, you weigh 85 pounds, then a 19-year-old man that weighs like 220. So there could be a big difference.
I think I was 95 pounds my freshman year and 108 pounds my senior year.
108?
That's not true at all. But
oh, okay. But
put it this, I was 5'6" all 4 years.
That's unreal. That's incredible. You're the tallest 5'6" person I know. All full of heart.
It's all heart. Vinny Orlando, all heart. Pete Montero, all heart. Phil Francis, all heart.
No doubt. And you just grouped yourself in a category with Phil Francis and Vinny Orlando.
That's and Pete Black.
I want to be
with Mount Rushmore.
I want to be in with the discussions with like Big Tom and Vito Gigoloni if we're going to do Fiesta analogies. You know, you put yourself in the category of Vincent and Phil. You just grouped yourself in with them. These people trust you. These restaurants trust you.
We're still on, right? Trio, Gloucester House, I think Pratty's maybe. Who else has us on today?
Yeah, Gloucester House Restaurant, Blue Collar Lobster. Don't forget to stop down there. The Linquata family serving the Cape Ann area, North Shore and beyond. One of the great restaurants in the state of Massachusetts. Go down tonight, have a baked haddock, have some steak, whatever it might be. Fresh as can be, anything you get, especially the seafood. Stop down. They have great drinks, great cocktails, great ambiance. just a phenomenal family that has done an amazing job through decades and decades and decades. The Gloucester House restaurant and blue collar right on the water. You can't beat it. Get down there. Fried calamari, bing bang, shrimp curry. Oh my.
You can't beat it. Now, I'm just putting my good eye in this, but I believe it's a 2-horse race now, left and center, with a center boat with a slight edge. But I'm just going through my monocle.
So you had a boat to the left was Jerry Shimataro. The coach or the coxman, the scuttler, I think was Alex Rodolosi. In the middle, you have Kellen O'Malley as the scuttler and Paul Simon, the coach. Paul Simon and Kellen were on Iron Village. In the middle, to the left, you have Alex Rodolosi, and you have Jerry Shimataro, coxswain.
This event will conclude our St. Peter's activities and sporting events, and then, of course, the evening ends with a procession of the St. Peter's statue from the altar at St. Peter's Park and return to the St. Peter's Club. That's a great moment, too. Have you ever been out there like midnight-ish on a Sunday night? And I've been out there for a bunch of them. It's a really cool moment.
And there's one face that like honestly stands out in my mind so often, and it's Matza. Like he's out there, he has so much pride, so much like Fiesta tradition. He wears he wears that pride, that huge heart that he has, and you'll see him. You'll always see him. It's a face that I always remembered was Matza, taking so much pride, carrying St. Peter, putting St. Peter to seat. Anthony Matza Giamunco, the sheriff. 1975 Saturday, 1975 Sunday, 76 Sunday, 77, 78, and 80. The sheriff, Anthony Matza Giamunco. His sister, Safathia, the mayor of our city, has done a phenomenal job. They were supposed to have showers. We were supposed to have storms. They even said maybe tornadoes, lightning, Saturday and Sunday. And Safathia, begged to the big guy upstairs, and the clouds broke. And she's the only one that would be able to convince someone like the big guy upstairs to give us a little bit of sun. Not many other mayors in the past would have been able to do it. Thank you, Safathia, for pleading and doing what you do.
And we always talk about New England weather and how things change here in Gloucester because we jut out a little bit into the ocean, and sometimes that sea breeze saves us. It did it today when it broke up some thunderstorms. You can actually see the wind picking up now as it's getting a little darker. Some dark storm clouds are forming, and you can see the ripple in the water. The men's senior sailboat racers and the Greasy Bowl contestants didn't have to deal with anything like that today. In fact, they didn't really have to deal with any of that all weekend long.
No. It was actually, when you first saw the weather during the week, they were saying like hot and humid maybe. Mm-hmm. It actually ended up, other than a little bit of rain, it ended up actually being great because it wasn't too hot, especially for the rowers. And sometimes when you're sitting out here just basking in the sun, it can be tough being out here on an 85-degree sunny day, but what great weather we had all weekend.
Well, and in the meantime, John, team on the left is starting to pull away a bit from team in the middle, and team away on the right is lagging far behind.
Yep, 2019.
But really, you got to raise the glass to all the competitors in all the categories this weekend. Awesome stuff all around and doing it for the right reason. And it's been awesome sharing all this with everybody, including everyone here down on the beach. We still have a great crowd down here.
Yep, I think because Derek Hopkins took it so fast, people are like, I don't want to leave. I love being on Pavilion Beach during the end of June when we have the St. Peter's Fiesta going on. And here they come, your 2019 champions to the left. Here comes the Nina.
John, do I need to say it?
2019, Nina again.
This is
taking the title.
Blessed boat, man.
You gotta back up on the beach. The same boat's gonna come up hard. Your junior division champions in the Nina, 2019 champions in the junior division.
That's a great race. I'm gonna look for a propeller under that thing later tonight.
Yep, there they go. They're gonna grab the American flag, 2019 champions. They just learned, and you kind of learn that as you go. When you win, you gotta be careful. Their first title, you try to be careful, guys. The whole boat went down.
They tried to roll right to the altar.
And if Santa Maria isn't careful here, the Pinta's gonna sneak in for second place.
Well, what can you do? Great effort.
Ralphie Martin might even have the Pinta hit him if he doesn't back the committee boat up just a tad. And here comes the Pinto. You got to give them props. It's not easy. Not easy at all to go a half a mile out and a half a mile back.
Bringing down the American flag, folks.
No doubt. There it is. The American flag. The 2019 champion junior divisions in the Nina. And you can see, Corey, if you look at the kids with to the right in the red, look how little they are. You know, look small.
Yeah.
You know, and they're younger. They're a lot younger. And you look at the kids to the left and in the middle, they're older kids. So you're talking freshmen and sophomores going up against juniors and seniors. And there are a couple younger kids in the championship boat that just won. No doubt, because I can see Jack Costanzo there, and he's going to be a sophomore. Last year, he almost broke Super Mario Orlando's all-time point point record freshman year. He missed it by 1 goal. He needed 2 more points to break the record, and if they advanced in the tournament play, he most likely by odds would have broke it. They had a 1 goal. They had a 1 goal lead, and was tied with 7 seconds. The Danvers scored and won the game.
A lot of great athletes here. A lot of awesome sports programs. We've been a part of them since we were 5, 6, 7, 8 years old.
Yep. Yeah.
And still a part of them now. So that's one of the beauties about growing up in an area like this and in a city like this, and well-rounded. You know, we've got 4 seasons here, so you don't just find one-trick ponies like all these kids. There's a great rower and a great hockey player. Maybe someone's great at softball and field hockey. So,
and I was lucky to be part of it.
What's up? What's going on?
Yeah, gotta love where you live, man. If you're staying with us, thanks so much. We're on Pavilion Beach here in Gloucester, Massachusetts, for the 92nd annual St. Peter's Fiesta, the 88th annual Greasy Bowl competition, where Derek Hopkins pulled off the natural hat trick today in his first walk. It was unbelievable. First real walk, the walk to win. And then the merger outlasted Forza Furia, now called Resolute, to win the Sunday title for men's senior sailboat racers. And you just had the conclusion of the junior sailboat racers.
Yep, and like you said, Corey, just a great weekend, great commentating with you all weekend. I knew it would be great because this is what you do, and you do such a phenomenal job. You know the heritage, you know the tradition, you bleed that Gloucester blood like we all do. And unbelievable weekend, no doubt. 2019 merger champion, 2019 champion, Derek Hopkins. Incredible walks by Derek Hopkins. The merger just put in the time in the offseason, and today they just had a great race. Tremendous rowing by the rowers, and Joe Balbo stole the show on the turn as he crushed his turn and edged out what used to be Forza Furia, but now Resolute, just edged them out. And poor Resolute of Forza Furia, they lost by 2 seats last year. They lost by about a half a boat this year. They 2017 they had a hiccup. 2016 they won it, and just one title for the last 4 years, and they're so close.
You know, I'm glad we got to mention a lot of names this weekend, including Joe Balbo. We started off the weekend saying this is an underappreciated guy. Maybe he hasn't been mentioned enough. But I mean, geez, once again, who has a better resume than that guy? And he put on a show today. It was amazing to watch.
Unbelievable, and I'm glad Phil brought up and gave so much praise to Joe Balbo, because not only is he a great scuttler, he's just a great all-around guy. Humble. You don't really see him. He doesn't talk about himself a lot, and tell you how great he is, like some of the other great ones. Which sometimes it is what it is. The passion comes out, and it comes out in what they've done, and that's fine.
Oh yeah, people love talking about the glory days.
No doubt, and you deserve to. But Joe Balbo, you don't hear him talk about it much. He proves with it, with his actions, and he is an incredible scuttler, just tremendous chemistry guy, and he stole the show today. And Vito Gigoloni does what he does. He kept the crew at a good pace, made some adjustments from Wednesday to Saturday, made some adjustments from last year and whatever happened last year. And Vito Gigoloni, the coach, does what he does. He did what he needed to do, and he brought home a title for his crew. Him and Joe Balbo leading the way, and then the rest of it was the rowers. Morrissey's and Gigalonis everywhere, a McRobb and a Mitchell, and they're your 2019 champions, the merger.
You know what, John? It just struck me that we've been talking about dynasties and champions all weekend long, and we have failed to bring up True Value youth basketball team, 1983, 84, 85 champs.
Loaded. Lisa Olson was the coach. We were literally absolutely loaded.
You couldn't touch us.
Our team was stacked. Austin Connors was back then. He was still about 6 feet tall.
Yeah, just saw him a couple nights ago.
Unreal. Mike Interanti.
Mike Martin,
Mark
Rob
Bentoniglia.
Cluett, V, yep.
Mike Martin didn't help the team much, but he was there.
Well, someone had to hold our towels.
Yeah, and Lisa Olson, the great coach he is at so many different sports.
Oh, my God.
Would get Mike Martin in, make him feel good about himself. If he hit the rim, we told him it was a point. He didn't know yet that it wasn't. So when he would hit the rim, he would freak out like he got a point, and I don't even know if he knows to this day.
John DeCastro, I think he averaged probably 18 to 20 points, which for youth basketball is really good. 0.1 assists.
You're talking about me?
Yeah, I'm talking about you.
Well, I knew if I gave it to Mark V, it wasn't coming back. So if I had the shot, I'd just take it.
Yeah, of course.
So True Value team was loaded, but here they are, your 2019 champions. We're wrapping up 2019 Championship Sunday. Another phenomenal weekend. We're wrapping it up. John DeCastro and Corey Kukuru, your hosts here.
Yeah, what I wanted to move into, John, was it's been a pleasure hanging out with you all weekend long and doing this with you. We've been buddies for a long, long time. Your family's a great asset to the community. All of your family, man, you guys do so much. And it was an honor being asked to help out this weekend and do this with you. I can't wait to do it again. I hope we do it again. And maybe we do something different other than Fiesta 2 at some point.
Yeah, no doubt. Anytime. You just give me a ring, Corey. I'm here. And same goes back to you. It's just it was a great team, you and I, and feeding off each other. Commentating can be tough, especially when you're not doing it every day. But just feeding off each other and given the tradition of Gloucester and the history and what this means to these guys in our community, I think we pretty much hit all spots. A little bit of cheerful digs here and there, but just playful, nothing crazy.
Yeah, we like to bust them around here. That's what we do.
Vincent deserves it. He likes to give it. And
I don't know if Matt Pardee deserved it today.
Definitely not. That was not right. Tell the truth. Did you see him lip it?
I saw him lip it.
Why did you say it?
I had the mic right to his mouth, and I saw him mouth it.
I did too. Why would I just out of the blue just say that about Matt Pardee?
No, you had him pinned. Yeah. We literally had him cornered here on the deck amongst the chrysanthemums.
Right, he was just absolutely scared to death. Well, don't say it then. If you're scared of Matt, which you should be, don't say it.
Yep. So there you have it.
And he absolutely toasted Vincent all in the club all the time, but then wouldn't say it. But then we did get him to say some stuff.
He did. He said he actually did a great job. He and Pete Black on Friday helping us out with our broadcast. Great job all around. And I will say this: I'm hoping if you're interested in what's going on in Gloucester and you live far away, I'm working on trying to cover the Horribles Parade this Wednesday evening all along downtown Gloucester from the Boulevard right off to our right there. So. Hopefully you can see that on Facebook too. That's a great event as well. We usually, if the weather cooperates, 15,000 people up and down. This is the greatest week of the year around here. You go from 4 days of Fiesta, 9 days with the Novena, and this is kind of like our version of Mardi Gras, and it rolls right into the Horribles Parade and July 4th. So, and then July 5th, of course, is the official end of summer here in Gloucester. But
and as you can see, our cameraman, Alex Sanfilippo, he's going to pan us around. We got to say thank you to Alex. But as you can see, the same boats now, the traditional row, back to the docks where they will be taken out of the water in a couple days and put to rest. If there's any type of issues, they'll tidy up the issues, put the oars away until next year. But there they go, the same boats, 10 rowers, 1 coxsman, 1 scuttler, and it was the merger, your 2019 champion, the merger, and your 2019 champion, Derek Hopkins, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it's been a great weekend, everybody, and Corey and I are going to be wrapping it up. We got to have a special thank you to my little brother, Andrew Nicastro, who designed the app.
Great job.
He's the guy behind it. He designed the app. You would not, if you see him out, get him a drink. You can get us one too. My drinks, I like umbrellas. Corey will pretty much drink anything.
If it's free,
Alex will take a drink. Alex just likes a nice drink that's cold, But Alex Sanfilippo on the camera, my little brother Andrew designed this app. Streamography, the mastermind behind it all, and it keeps getting better and better. So we have to say thank you to Andrew, our sponsors, Craney Home Services, Blue Collar Lobster and Gloucester House Restaurant, the St. Peter's Fiesta Committee. Give a donation to the St. Peter's Fiesta Committee. They need the money. It's hard to put on something like this. They pretty much prepare in 2020 tomorrow, starting tomorrow for next year. That's how much time and effort goes into it. So a shout out to Andrew Nicastro, and here he is. The big boss wants to come on. Here he comes. Well, he doesn't want to come on, but we're going to bring him on. Andrew, give us something here. Shout out to Gloucester. You did this.
Thank you all very much. I'm glad that there's hundreds and thousands of people around the globe a part of Gloucester, and we're looking forward to 2020 already.
And that's what Andrew does. Short and sweet, less is more. There's not a he's a man.
He's nothing like us, John.
Nothing. Corey just replaced the battery, even though we're going on. We want to stay on for you people. And you got Jordan Nicastro here, my son. What do you have to say, Jordan?
Bored.
He said he's bored. He wants to go to the carnival. He wants to win a game. I won a stuffed animal. Cost me $120. But it was a tremendous animal. It's all about winning, and that's what we did. Okay, so here we are. We're going to one more shout out to our sponsors, the St. Peter's Fiesta Committee, Craney Home Services, Gloucester House Restaurant, Blue Collar Lobster, Streamography, and the St. Peter's Fiesta app. Alex Sanfilippo on the camera. Thank you, Alex. Thank you to all listeners. Corey, thank you so much.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you to the family that lets us every year use this house.
Janet and Craig Holmes, man.
Yep.
Big ups to them.
Yeah,
thank you so much.
Yeah.
For the venue.
They let us come into their home, and they treat every time you come here. It's like we've been here all year, and they just give us their porch, second floor, third floor. They're so accommodating.
You can't beat this view. This piece of real estate, amazing.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. So, 2019 St. Peter's Fiesta, your 2019 Greasy Pole champion, Derek Hopkins. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the trifecta.
The disco on Crisco, man. He conquered it.
He could be the greatest of all time in a decade from now when he beats Peter Black's record, but it has to be a decade, and we're not going to wish a decade away. But the 2019 Greasy Pole champion, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Derek Hopkins, congratulations. And your 2019 champion in same boats, the Merger. They're back. The Merger's back. Congratulations to the Merger. Congratulations to Backlash. Congratulations to our junior champions in the women's and the boys divisions, in which you had Uproar and you had the junior boys. We didn't get the name, so I'm sorry about that. But congratulations to everybody. Thank you to the St. Peter's Fiesta Committee for all you do. And Corey, any last things?
Well, once again, it's been awesome working with you and Andrew and Alex all weekend long. We're so psyched. It was awesome seeing all the shout-outs from all over the globe all weekend, so thanks for the support. We're glad that we could share it. So lucky to have grown up here and make these great connections, and there's relationships that last a lifetime. We want to actually honor those who passed before us. A big part of this weekend is remembering those, and it's a big part of our tradition and heritage here. And so what can we say? 2020, can't wait to see what happens then. It's been an amazing experience to be able to do this for everybody out there.
Yep. Special shout out to anyone that's lost a loved one recently or in the past, but especially to Anthony Matza Giamunco. We love you, brother. Terry, Big Dog Silva. We love you, Terry, Big Dog. Special shout outs to those families, but Anthony Matza Giamunco, I know you're listening, there's no doubt about it. The sheriff, a legend in Gloucester. So Anthony Matza Giamunco, I know you're listening from your home, and we love you. And we're out 2019 St. Peter's Fiesta. I'm your host, John Nicastro, and Corey Kukuro. We'll see you next year. Congratulations to all the champions. Viva St. Pedro.
Viva!